Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the National Speedway Stadium here in Bellevue, Manchester. Round 3 of the World Speedway Championship. We came here for the inaugural Grand Prix of Manchester last year, and what a night it was. Oliver Allen alongside me, as always, for the SGP. And I must say, we are very much looking forward to this. There's no doubt that this track gives us some spectacular action. We have a double header this weekend because we're racing here again tomorrow, so it really is a feast of World Championship Speedway over the next 2 nights. We've already had the qualifying with the first sprint race of the season, with Jack Holder coming out on top in that particular event a little earlier on. Let's have a look at the calendar for 2026 now. We've had a couple of rounds already. We started in Landshut, we moved on to Prague on the 23rd. We're now into Manchester, as I say, for a double header. This is round 3 tonight, northern part of the UK. Weather's behaving, which is delightful considering we are in Manchester, where it can rain rather a lot, and the weather forecast has been a little dicey. And we've got round number 4 tomorrow night, and of course this is the surrounding areas from this National Speedway Stadium, built back in 2016, and it has gained a fabulous reputation in the decade that they've been running Speedway here. Of course, the home of the Bellevue Aces, and this town loves its Speedway, that's for sure. Very much part and parcel of the culture of this part of the world. So we will build up to the presentation. We'll have a closer look at the track shortly as well. It's a track that was designed by Chris Morton and David Gordon. They took a long time to do it, but by golly, did they get it right. It has, as I say, we come here on a regular basis for league racing, the British Championship, and now Grand Prix. And without doubt, this throws up some of the most spectacular speedway you'll see anywhere in the world. Riders ready, prepared. They'll be introduced to the public very shortly. Leon Madsen just in the background, of course, a fine winner a couple of weeks ago. And Ollie, a great night of speedway ahead.
Yeah, absolutely no doubt about that. Fantastic track here at Manchester. We're now going to take a look at it.
We are indeed. Inauguration 2016, 347 metres, plenty of width here, 13 metres wide on the straight. That's a lot wider, about 3 metres wider than several tracks that we go to, particularly Landshut. Lots of room in the corner, banking as well, 16 metres wide. You could get lost out there, and there's no doubt about that. And both there's no doubt that we have got similar dimensions both on the front and the back straight, and there's 8% of banking as well. So let's take a little bit closer, a little bit earlier on. Emma was out on the track.
It's a big weekend here in Manchester with plenty of points up for grabs. And in the first night here last year, Kelvin, we saw 65 passes. Do you think the track is prepared for the same again tonight?
I think very much so. There's no doubt that there has been some weather about, but it's behaving itself right now. And this track, I mean, I've come here numerous times, and it never fails. It never fails, and I don't see any reason. What we witnessed in the sprint race earlier on today, I don't think that we're going to. I don't think it'll disappoint. Well,
you've got something that can put the track to the test, haven't you, Kelvin?
I have indeed. It's been in hibernation for a little bit, but the dirtometer is back. And if we can just stop for a moment, we're on the entrance to the first corner in, and if I get the dirtometer down into the surface, you can see how that goes in.
Yeah.
Right? That's good news. Riders are going to be chuffed with that because there's a bit of grip on the track and they're going to be able to utilise that. That's right on the inside. That will help. We're going to go wandering across, back up into the middle of the track. Big, wide open spaces here in the National Speedway Stadium. Let's dig this dirtometer in once again. As you can see, nice top dressing on the track. That is so cool. And that means that you're going to be able to get grip everywhere. And then we're going to back up on this banking just for one last chance for the dirtometer on its return, by the way. Digging in, not quite as much grip here. Yeah, a decent amount. So a nice, good covering of dirt. They prepped the track beautifully, and I think 65 passes could be in danger.
Are we going to keep the dirtometer now for the rest of the GP season?
Well, let's see what the reaction is. You know, as I say, it's been in hibernation for a touch. It's burst back on the big-time speedway here in the National Speedway Stadium for round number 3. let's hope. I'd like to think it might make another.
I really hope it does, Kelvin.
I do indeed.
The atmosphere is building very nicely here in Manchester. But let's look back at what happened in Prague just a few weeks ago.
What a return to form! How about that?
I hope most of the bad luck is spent for this year, and we can look forward to more positive things ahead.
Wonderful performance 2 weeks ago by Leon Madsen. This is a little earlier on, obviously drama here with Brady Kurtz in the sprint race, inexplicably touching the tapes. And for the man who rides for the Bellevue Aces, that was quite a blow and a shock. Rerun, away we go, and Jack Holder out of gate number 2, Ollie.
Yeah, fantastic start from Jack Holder there. Gate 2 was the position he selected, so he obviously felt confident about that. After that first bend, you saw the two British riders going toe-to-toe. Tom Brennan there has a little look over his shoulder, blocks the run of Robert Lambert. But Lambert, he was savvy to that move and cut back and dived up the inside of Tom Brennan. Here you'll see Robert Lambert just move across the front of Tom coming off the corner and take that second place from him. And you know, it's going to be a learning curve tonight for Tom, and there's going to be plenty of racing like that later on.
Did well to make the sprint race though, but Jack Holder was in dominant form throughout the afternoon, getting the better of the top two in the world. So Jack Holder picks up the 4 points. Okay, let's get some more reaction with Emma.
Let's talk about qualifiers and the sprint race as well, and in particular Tom Brennan, because he wasn't expecting to be here tonight as the wild card, but he said he was ready, and he proved that already, didn't he?
Yeah, Tom looked really fast in practice and qualifying, and it was a little bit of a surprise to me actually, because I think his form here in the past has been a little bit inconsistent. So that was a really good showing for him, and will give him confidence for tonight.
Were there any other surprises for you?
The biggest surprise for me was Smarzlik going out in the first round. It's always a surprise when anyone gets the better of him, whether it be a kind of a one-on-one duel or in a race in general. So that was a big surprise.
Especially when you think about the fact that Bartek and Brady were both in both finals here last year. Do you think we're going to see a repeat of that based on what you've seen or not?
Yeah, if I were going to pick two people that I think would be in the final, it would be those two. Their form here last year was really good, and Smarzlik's he just gets the job done. I think even when he's not riding great, and you know, he didn't have a good qualifying session, but I think he'll be fine. He proved it in Prague, didn't he? He struggled in qualifying there, had a really rubbish gate draw, and then got to the final again.
He finds a way.
It's what he does, yeah.
And look, just going back to the sprint race, Ollie, because that's the first we've seen this season. Last season, it was a point that ultimately decided the winner of the SGP. It shows how important the sprint races are, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's really fine margins, and the standings changed today after the sprint qualifying. I think Robert Lambert overtook Leon Madsen. So it shows you that, you know, those points count for something, and I think when it comes, like when you look at last year, Smarslik and Kurtz were both so consistent that it came down to 1 point, and that was sprint qualifying. Smarslik's record was better, so that will play on Smarslik's mind today. I think he'll know he's dropped some points there to probably. You'd have to. I think it's early to say, but I think Brady will still be his main rival.
Cheers, Ollie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, how about that? Sophie Acker coming forward, the opera singer, to sing the national anthem here, and beautifully observed. And that sets the scene very nicely. The riders now have their family photograph and are prepared now for the last stages of the introduction. There they are. We have 3 replacement riders in tonight as well, with Freddie Lingwin, Dan Bewley and Dominic Kubera out. And we wish those 3 riders all the very best. There is no question that Dan Bewley's presence not being here is a great shame. He's so popular, such a wonderful rider, and won the round here last year in such fine style. So all the very best to all 3 of those riders for a speedy recovery. We're not too far away now. Riders making their way back, and we will start the racing very shortly. We'll be out of here from Brady Kurtz, of course, the home rider, the Australian, with Emma very shortly. But this place is beginning to go. So we've got some updates on the standings for you, because Brady Kurtz on 27 picked up a point, but Jack Holder with 4 moves into 4th place, and Robert Lambert into 5th. They both leapfrog Leon Madsen, who slipped back into 6th place. The rest of them are as you were, but Smarslik kind of let off the hook here earlier on today because he didn't get through Q1, but Verena wasn't able to make the sprint race. So hence Smarslik retains the gold race jacket as the championship leader as we start round number 3 in just a few moments' time. So a wonderful setting as we pan down and look down on this wonderful speedway track here in Manchester, the National Speedway Stadium, hosting Grand Prix for the 2nd consecutive year. That man, of course, the 6-time world champion, the championship leader, Smarslik, won a Grand Prix here last year, picked up 40 world championship points at a venue that they all said he couldn't win at. Well, he soon proved everybody wrong. And Jack Holder, I must say, was absolutely impeccable here this afternoon, getting the better of Smarslik and Verena on the way to the sprint race, and then he picked up the 4 points as a winner. Can he replicate that here this afternoon? And Brennan did very well to make the sprint race as well.
Yeah, he did. It was a great showing from him. Showed plenty of speed. We saw him get the better of Dudek. He almost hunted him down, which is something we haven't seen in a qualifying event before. But yeah, he'll be happy with that, and hopefully that will give him some confidence going into tonight's event.
I'm sure it will. It's a massive opportunity for Tom Brennan as a wild card with 2 nights of racing for him. Really put himself on the map internationally. Jack Holder has been steady so far. He's been wonderful in Poland with his new club, Stal really going great guns. Nazar Panitsky, this is a huge season for him. Unexpectedly promoted into the Grand Prix proper. It's going to be tough. There's no doubt about that for the under-21 world champion, but I think he's got something about him. Well, there's no doubt that Smarslik has. You know, will he make it 7? You wouldn't put it past him.
No, you wouldn't. He's got an incredible record, really. And what's most impressive is it's 6 world championships in 7 years. I mean, there's no one's come close to that. I think Ivan Major, Tony Ricardson, it took them 11 years each to do it. So 6 and 7 is very dominant.
So the first 4 races for you: Doyle Kvek, Jepsen Jensen and Hülkenberg. We've got 2 replacement riders in that first race, in Kvek and Kai Hülkenberg. But Hülkenberg on the way back, you would think, to the Grand Prix after a 15-point maximum in Glasgow in the GP qualifier. Dudek, Frick, Thompson and Lambert, heat 2. Panitsky, Smarslik, Madsen and Holder. Woo, heat number 3 looks good. Lebedev's, Tom Brennan, Casper Verena and Brady Kurtz are out in heat number 4. first block of races for you to get the evening underway. As I say, round number 4, similar time last year here in the National Speedway Stadium, was arguably one of the best Grand Prix we've ever witnessed. I can't think that it's going to be anything different tonight. The track looks an absolute picture, Ollie, and we're all set fair for another smashing night.
Yeah, I think so. The track prep looks perfect, as you say. I had a walk on there earlier, and there's a little bit more grip than there was in practice, and I think we'll see plenty of racing lines develop. One thing's for sure about this track here at Bellevue, there's nowhere to hide. If you don't have the speed, you will get swallowed up.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We've seen here on numerous occasions, if you haven't got enough horsepower, then you're going to get swallowed up, and you're going to find it a very difficult night. If the bike's working for you, you can carry the speed. Big, wide open corners here, lots of banking. You've got to keep your wheels in line for as long as you can, and there's no doubt that you can then utilise this track and fall in love with it. If you can't do that and you haven't got the horsepower, then it could be an uphill task throughout the evening. Jason Doyle, of course, there, who's just in the red helmet colour, coming out for his first ride. Doyle, who has won the Peter Craven Memorial Meeting, which is staged at the beginning of the year here on a couple of occasions, so he knows what it means to win. So we're about to get on with the action. We've got 2 days of racing here, a real treat for everybody concerned. Arguably one of the best speedway tracks in the world. Riders just settling in. I repeat that we do have a couple of replacement riders in here for this evening's event, with Kai Huckenbeck and Jan Kveck coming in. As I say, the injured riders are Freddie Lingman, Dominic Kubera and Dan Bewley. And as I say, I don't think Freddie Lingman's too far away from coming back. Could well see him in Wrocław in a couple of weeks' time. Possibly Kubera as well, who's had an operation on his collarbone. Michael Jepsen-Jensen changing bikes straight away, Ollie.
He is, yeah, a bit of a Thomas Golob move here. One practice start and then swap bikes. And time's not going to be on his side here. Riders have 90 seconds to get to the tapes once the pit gate opens. That's changed in recent years. Used to be 2 minutes.
Came in last year, didn't it?
Yeah, so he's going to have to get a move on. What that will mean is he's got a little less time to prep his gate. But he obviously felt good reason to change bike.
Well, let's hope he's made the right call. He's coming out of gate number 3, which is not the best gate, but he will do his very best. And Michael Jepsen-Jensen has rebuilt his career. He's now 34 years of age, won a Grand Prix back in 2012 in his homeland of Denmark in Vojens. He kind of then disappeared for a ride. Heat number 1, the lineup for you. Doyle on the inside in the red helmet colour. Jan Kveck, gate number 2 in blue. Michael Jepsen-Jensen, a late arrival to gate number 3 in white. And Kai Huckenbeck, the German, will start from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Sit in. Take it easy. Put your feet up. This is going to be some night of Speedway. First race about to get underway. Here we go. Start line. Race to run. We're racing. They roll into the first corner. Jason Doyle's made a lovely start. We've got Kveck following him through. Jepsen-Jensen coming around the outside with Huckenbeck at the back. Doyle utilising that inside start in heat number 1. He's been chased hard by Kveck. Kveck looks like he's got speed. Michael Jepsen-Jensen electing to go high and wide, but he's very vulnerable now, and he's gone to the back with Jason Doyle away in front. Jepsen-Jensen back into 3rd.
Yeah, great start from Jason Doyle. He's taking control of this race, riding a tight inside line, as most people do in Heat 1. Jepsen-Jensen opting for a really wide outside line on the first lap, but that didn't pay off for him. He's had to tuck in, and at the moment, it's Jason Doyle looking good out in front.
Doyle into the last lap, the first race of the evening. Champion of 2017, and a lot of injury problems. 40 years of age now, riding terrifically well here. Looks really good. Kveck was right up his exhaust pipe for a couple of laps, but the longer the race has gone on, the further he has won by. And the Australian Doyle gets his evening off to a winning start. Lovely ride, utilising that inside gate, fired himself to the front. Kveck was lurking, but the experience of Doyle paid off there, elected not to come off the line, and got a nice 3 points in the bag. 2 points for Jan Kveck in second place, 1 point for Michael Jepsen-Jensen, and Kai Huckenbeck from Germany misses out in heat number 1. We're off to a start, and already the high speed action. Let's see it again.
Yeah, Jason Doyle on the inside gate makes a really good start. in the red helmet colour. If you look at the battle on the outside between Jepsen Jensen and Hülkenberg, Jepsen Jensen takes Hülkenberg so wide on the first corner. He knew the threat was there and he was not going to allow him round the outside. He's then elected to stay wide and try and build up his speed, but at this point in the race meeting there's just not enough dirt out there for him for it to pay off. He ended up having to tuck back in and retake that third place from Hülkenberg. But great start for Doyle, he'll be happy with that. Looking smooth out in front. Day one, heat one, always a nice place to be.
Yeah, he chose the number one draw. So far, he will have a freshly prepared track every time. Possibly may be a little bit more challenging a little later on when he comes out of the middle gates with freshly watered track, but he won't worry about that too much now with 3 points to his name already. Heat number 2, riders making their way to the start line for their first ride of the evening. Patrick Dudek, the European champion, is out here. Anders Thompson, another replacement rider here this evening. He's in for Dan Bewley, actually, Anders Thompson tonight. Of course, we're familiar with Thompson. He's had plenty of years in the Grand Prix in the past. Max Frick is out here. Now, Max Frick rode for the Bellevue Aces for 5 seasons, knows it well. Robert Lambert won an extraordinary British final last year, possibly one of the best races I've ever witnessed. It really was quite an incredible race, and he's looking to bounce back after a disappointing Grand Prix 2 weeks ago in Prague. Just doing a bit of gardening. Here's the lineup for you for heat number 2. Dudek's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Max Frick will start from gate number 2 in blue. Thompson out of gate 3 in white, and Robert Lambert, the British champion, former Speedway of Nations champion at this track, of course, starts on the outside in the yellow helmet colour. I would say that Lambert carries the weight of a nation tonight without no Bewley here this evening. Here we go then, lights on, takes her up, we're racing. A great start at Dudek. Dudek fires himself to the front. Here comes Frick. Frick's caught in traffic. Oh my goodness, that was tight. Thompson just squeezed round the outside. Lambert's trying to get up the inside of Frick, but the door was slammed shut. Here comes Thompson. Thompson trying to put pressure on Dudek now. Patrick Dudek, just like Doyle, fired himself to the front. The inside line is working a treat at this early stage. And right now, Patrick Dudek, well, he's doing the job in front.
He is, he's looking good out in front. He's getting plenty of pressure over from Thompson in second place. Robert Lambert at the back, he's having a little look up the inside of Frick. He tried to force his way up the inside of him on the first bend, but Frick was wise to that move and soon shut the door. Thompson again, he looks like he's got more speed than Dudek. Dudek running a really tight line down the home straight, almost across gate 2. And here comes Lambert around the outside of Frick.
Lambert round the outside of the final lap. He's battled hard. Thompson having to go round the outside of Dudek. Dudek's going to pick up a win. Thompson looking very good in second place, as you say, Ollie. He looked really quick, but couldn't find a way through. But Robert Lambert having to work overtime and picks up a handy point, and Frick relegated to the back in heat number 2. But Patrick Dudek, the European champion, the Polish champion, the Extraliga champion with Torrent, well, he wins heat number 2 in fine style. 3 points for him, 2 points for Anders Thompson in second place, 1 point for the hard-charging Robert Lambert in third. And Max Frick, disappointingly, misses out in heat number 2. We watched this again. It got better and better the longer the race went on.
Yes, it did, yeah. So race line starting to develop. Good start from Dudek. He hugs it tight round the first bend. Anders Thompson, he's quickly into second place. And Lambert, oh, here we see again the start. Dudek, quite works well to the first bend. It's a clear gate there from him. He's got that under control. Clever first bend by him. Here you see Lambert, he switches back, tries to force his way up the inside of Frick, but Frick was wise to that move, shut the door. And then here we see Lambert, the yellow helmet, moves onto the outside of Frick. This is coming into turns 1 and 2. He moves around the outside of him, so you can see that outside line is starting to develop. And I think we will now start to see riders move wider.
Well, they do. Interesting that the world champion is doing something similar to what Michael Jepsen Jensen has done here. He's been on 2 bikes already, and he hasn't left the pit gate. And I haven't seen him do that very often, but a little bit of confusion over which way he wants to go, but he's on his way now with about a minute to go to get round to the tapes. Patrick Dudek just reflecting on his first inside in red, Smarslick in gate number 2 in blue, Leon Madsen out of gate 3 in white, and Jack Holder off the outside in yellow. Lovely looking lineup. And the inside gate has worked very well. Cam Panitsky, who is quite a handy starter, can he make it a hat-trick of wins from the inside? Here we go. Long pause, he's away, drop the clutch, he's going to get there. But not for long, because that is a stunning start from the outside from Jack Holder. Panitsky in the second place. Smarslick now working hard. He's back in third. Leon Madsen is there at the back, but Jack Holder, that form we saw earlier on, stunning stuff from Holder. Out of gate number 4, the world champion has forced his way past the under-21 world champion into second place, and Madsen with work to do at the back.
Yeah, Madsen now at the back. He's looking on the outside. Around turn 3 and 4, he's going on the outside. He moves up into third place, but Smarslick in second is showing plenty of speed behind Jack Holder. He's already worked his way up from third place. Incredible start from Holder from gate 4.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that in heat 3. But Smarslick is looking dangerous in second.
Smarslick coming at Jack Holder hard and fast. Holder's going to hold on through this last corner. Smarslick has come from a different county. We're charging up the last corner, and Smarslick's done him. Oh, that's quite stunning. He was nowhere on the opening laps. Holder made such a wonderful start from gate number 4. But that's why you're a 6-time world champion, because you never know who you're beating. And Bartosz Smarslick just gets the fans on their feet in heat number 3. I said it could be an indication of what might come this evening. By golly, that was special from Smarslick. 3 points for him. 2 points for Jack Holder in second place. Leon Madsen in third, and Panitsky missed out. What a heat number 3, Ollie.
Yeah, Jack Holder, what a start from gate 4. I thought Panitsky had got it, but Holder's bike pulled so well all the way to the first bend. And to get across from gate 4 at Bellevue is no mean feat at all. But Bartosz Smarslick, here he is on the first lap. He's in third place. And Holder's stolen the march. He's got a decent lead at this point. Look at the body language from Smarslick now. He's on the back of the seat entering the corner. Incredible.
Proper long tracker.
Yeah. You've been there before, haven't you, Kel?
Yes.
But if you look there, Smarslick is a long way back. Here you see Madsen moving around the outside of Panitsky. But Smarslick had so much speed, and he was gaining and gaining. And like you said, he didn't give up. And I think this must be the last lap. He moves onto the outside of Jack Holder. And at this point, it doesn't look like he's going to do anything, but he puts his bike into that deeper dirt and sweeps around him. It almost looked like Holder had a bike issue coming off the first bend. He passed him so quickly.
Well, Holder didn't have quite the right setup there. He was spinning up, but for Bartosz Smarslick, that was an extraordinary ride. And I'd say that the change of equipment, when he did one practice start on one bike, hopped on the other one, well, he'll be delighted that he chose that bike, because that was truly a world-class ride from the world champion in heat 3. Heat number 4 to complete the first block of races. Riders are at the tapes, ready to go. They've got something to live up to, heat number 4 after heat number 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lebedev's there on the inside. There's a wild card in some fetching new Kevlars. Tom Brennan, you won't miss that. White need to make a start, Tom. Keep them nice and clean. We've got the world rider in second in the world here, Verena, and of course the home favourite Brady Kurtz rides for the Bellevue Aces. Here's the lineup for you. Lebedev's on the inside in red, Tom Brennan out of gate number 2 in blue, Casper Verena gate 3 in white, and Brady Kurtz will start from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Brady was very open when he was chatting to Emma early on about the mistake he made earlier. He's shrugged it off. That's all he can do. He wants to make up for it now. Gate number 4, not easy. Lebedev's looking for big points here tonight. Takes her up. We're charging towards the first corner. Right. Certainly Verena's made a nice start out of gate 3. Will he hit the front down the back straight? Well, it's tight. Very tight. I tell you, it's so brave. Wow. Kurtz has come from nowhere. Dives bombs up the inside. Verena's hanging off the airfin. Here comes Kurtz again. Verena hanging all over him. This is Speedway out of the top draw in heat number 4. Verena and Kurtz. Nothing to choose between them. Verena won't give in. Kurtz has had to give second best to the man in second in the world. What a couple of laps of Speedway that is.
I'll tell you what, Casper Verena, incredibly brave move from the Polish rider there. Brady Kurtz put him under all sorts of pressure, dived up the inside of him, and he kept the throttle wide open. He would not give an inch. Incredible stuff from Casper Marina.
Casper Marina, the man is second in the world champion. Sorry, Ollie. He has just ridden out of his skin here.
Yeah.
Brady Kurtz is not an easy man to beat around the National Speedway Stadium. He knows it like the back of his hand. But Marina has just put on a stunning display. And by golly, he's 3 and 4. I don't know if I can last.
We are in business, aren't we? We're away.
I was hoping for a steady start.
I've
got the Strepsils, I've got the Strepsil, I'll be all right. Casper Marina, 3 points. What a ride. Brady Kurtz in second place. You probably can't believe he got beat there. 1 point for Lebedevs and Tom Brennan. Those brand new white Kevlars are not quite as white as they once were, as he failed to score. What a race this is.
Yeah, Casper Marina from gate 3 makes a good start. Doesn't make the best start. Lebedevs makes the fastest start, but Marina's in the right part of the track, so he moves up into the dirt. And at this point, though, Kurtz dives up the inside of the pair of them, and it's an incredibly hard move. And a lesser man would have backed off there. Keep your eye on Marina in the white helmet colour. He bounces off the fence there going into the corner. 3 abreast going into turn 3, 70 miles an hour. And then Kurtz forces his way up the inside. Marina keeps it just the throttle completely screwed on, wide open. He's out in the dirt, he's letting the bike run. And I want to see the entry to the next corner. So who you see, Kurtz dives up the inside.
Crikey.
Yeah, Marina not having any of it. And here we go again. And I thought Kurtz had it. But Marina, no, he held his ground. Incredibly brave. And it's not the first time, and it won't be the last time we've seen that sort of action from the Polish rider.
Well, Casper Marina keeping us very entertained. He's been a breath of fresh air coming into the series this year. And his opening gambit here this evening has taken our breath away right from the get-go. Heat number 4, truly extraordinary. And he looks as cool as a cucumber. My heart rate went through the roof there just watching it. My golly, he is a brave customer. He just would not be passed by Brady Kurtz. He refused to be beaten up. And as a consequence, he picked up a wonderful win up against one of the biggest and strongest rivals he'll have this evening. There's the first so there's the winners. Doyle, Smarslick, Dudek and Verena, 3 points apiece. Jack Holder, Quebec, Thompson, Kurtz picked up second places. 1 point for the next 4. So riders are emerging onto the track right now. Heat number 5, not too far away from us. And as I say, I'm pleased that we had a bit of a grading break there, because I tell you what, it was all getting very exciting indeed. And if we have a few more races like we had in heat number 4, I mean, this is going to be another spectacular Grand Prix and a wonderful effort for this venue. Dudek arriving at Tapes. Kurtz just leaving the paddock, number 101. That was a tough first race he had there. I tell you what, there wouldn't be many times that he's raced around this National Speedway Stadium and been out-battled like that, because like you said, it looked like he was going to hit the front. Yeah,
and I totally agree. I think Brady would have felt he had that race in the bag. When he went under Casper into turn 3, I think he felt that was probably enough. But Verena, no doubt, has been such a good addition to this Grand Prix series. So incredibly brave. I love to see it.
I hope he stays healthy, because he's going to be a real entertainer throughout 2026. He's got a wonderful manner. That interview with Emma, I mean, quite enjoy it. I'd like to be effective. Well, he is. Brady Kurtz out of gate number 1 in the red helmet colour. Jason Dawes coming out of gate 2 right alongside him. He's in blue, white for Dudek, and Madsen's on the outside in yellow. Heat number 5. About to get on with the action once again. Takes her up sharpish, and Kurtz has made a lovely start. He gets himself to the front. Dudek's elected to go very wide indeed. Doyle's now relegated to 3rd place. Here comes Dudek trying to charge up the inside of Kurtz. That's a brave move if you can pull it off. He can't, because Kurtz is at front. Madsen trying to get up the inside of Doyle, who was a race winner first time. But Kurtz has hit the front, and this is where he needs to be, and this is where he wants to be.
Yeah, that was an electric start from Kurtz from gate 1. Miles clear going into the first bend. He knew exactly where he was going as well. Moved up to mid-track, and he's slowly pulling away from Dudek. Dudek at the moment under a little bit of pressure from Doyle. Doyle's not off the pace, but at the moment it's Kurtz. He's out in front. He's back where he wants to be.
Kurtz in front, pulling away from Dudek. He's looking set for his first race win of the evening in the Australian. He'll move on to 5 points out of 6. Dudek Likewise, if he hangs on in second place, and it's looking very likely he will, he'll be 5 as well. Nice ride from Kurtz. Smashing start from the inside. It's what we've witnessed over the last sort of 18 months from Kurtz. He's arguably the best starter in the world. He did it in the LCQ when he had to do the restart as well from gate number 2 in Prague. Nailed it, nailed that one from the inside. Proper stuff from Kurtz in heat number 5. 3 points for him. Patrick Dudek back in second place, 2 points. 1 point for the hard charge in Australian Doyle. And Leon Madsen not having a great night so far. He missed out there.
Yeah, he's struggling. Only 1 point to his name so far. But that race was all about Kurtz. Really dominant ride from him. Looked really confident out in front. See Dudek there on the first lap. He was clever on the first bend. Kept his speed up and then tucked back into second place. Doyle kept him honest though throughout, but Brady Kurtz, this race was all about him. Madsen had a little look up the inside on the first lap, but in all honesty, Madsen's not at the races tonight so far. He's had 2 outside gates, I'll give him that, but at the moment he needs to do better.
Yeah, hasn't really had to go around the outside yet.
No.
And if he's going to get big points here, you're going to have to be a bit braver and push the boundaries a bit. We've already seen that, but a lovely ride from Brady Kurtz and moving along very sweetly. 5 out of 6 so far from 2 rides. Can't complain. Heat number 6, riders are up at Tapes. We'll see the wild card for the second time this evening, Tom Brennan. There he is, he's out there. We've got 2 riders in white Kevlars here. We've got Anders Thompson and Tom Brennan. I hope I don't get mixed up. Orange with Jan Kvek. I mean, you can't mix that up. I think that's the first time I've seen a rider in orange Kevlars. Still coming to terms with it, Ollie. I think I'm showing me age a touch. Here we go then, the inside gate. Tom Brennan, red helmet colour for him. Gate number 2 is Nazar Panitsky looking for his first point of the night as well. He's in blue. White with the orange Kevlars in gate 3 is Jan Kvek, and off the outside is Anders Thompson. He's in the yellow helmet colour. Opportunity here for these boys. 3 points here. Get yourself right in the Grand Prix. Revving up. Green lights on, long pause. And we're racing. Even break the first turn. Tom Brennan charges across the front corner. Should have gone round the curve. And Anders Thompson's got to the front and the back straight. Kvek slips into second place. Brennan trying to recover and does nicely. Gets the better of Kvek and gets himself back into second place. Panitsky's at the back. But Anders Thompson back in the Grand Prix this evening. Riding nicely out in front. Brennan giving chase.
Yeah, Anders Thompson, clever first bend from him. He went round the outside of Brennan. Brennan was aggressive on the first bend, but kind of got swallowed up. He then moved to the outside, got round the outside of Kvek into second, but Kvek's not giving him much time to breathe. He's putting him under plenty of pressure. But Anders Thompson out in front, keeping those white Kevlars clean for now.
Yeah, good ride from Anders Thompson. Tom Brennan's chain guard has flown off, but hasn't slowed him down, and Kvek has kept him right up to his work. But this is an encouraging ride here from Anders Thompson. Gate number 4 could well be the first win from there. He's won it nice and comfortably. Brennan put himself under pressure by charging into the first turn. They went either side of him, did well to get back past Kvek, and picks up his first points of the evening. Oh my goodness, there's a crash. Nazar Panitsky has just clouted the side of Kvek, and Kvek, rather embarrassingly, has been thrown to the floor.
Well, I've not seen that before.
No. Well, first time for everything here at the National Speedway. 3 points for Thompson, 2 for Brennan, 1 for Kvek, and Nazar Panitsky misses out in heat number 6. See it again.
Yeah, Tom Brennan on the inside. He's aggressive on the first bend. He moves up wide, but Anders Thompson and Kvek read that move. Kvek went up the inside. Thompson swept round him. And they keep the eye on Tom Brennan here in the red helmet colour. He moves onto that outside line of turn 3 and 4, and he will move round the outside of Kvek. Here we see it again from a different view. Brennan on the outside, out in that deeper dirt. You can see the darker shade there. That's the deeper material. And Brennan moves up into second place, but was never really comfortable there. Kvek had plenty of speed in third, but Thompson will be happy with that. Good win for him from gate 4.
Indeed it is, and he moves on to 5 points, Thompson, so he's had a really good, encouraging start, and this is better than he did here last year at any point in the 2 evenings. So Tom Brennan just
he's got his chain guard back.
His chain guard saw it fly off, so obviously he wasn't quite nipped up after the chain being adjusted, but nonetheless picked up his first points of the evening. So riders heading back out on track. Heat number 7, riders making their way around. We've seen Smarslik, who was stunning in heat number 3 a little earlier, and he's got Gate 1 here. He's up against Lebedev, Frick and Jensen. Frick needs to up his game in the championship this year, just hasn't been getting it going at all. Got out-battled last time by Lambert, failed to score. Can't afford these sort of performances, otherwise he's going to be under huge pressure this year just to be a Grand Prix rider for 2027. So there's the standings on your right-hand side. Kurtz, Dudek, Thompson leading the way on 5 points, but not everybody's had 2 rides yet. So at the completion of heat number 8, we'll have a clearer picture, but that's how we are right now. So the lineup for you for heat number 7, here we go. We've got the world champion Smarslik on the inside, the red helmet colour. Lebedevs is alongside him in gate number 2 in blue. Frick out of gate 3 in white, and Jakob Jensen gate 4 in yellow. Bartosz Smarslik, who jumped off one bike onto another, then won a stunning heat number 3, has stayed with that bike. You can kind of understand why, because it looked quite useful, didn't it?
Yeah, plenty of speed in that one.
So here we go then, heat number 7. Can Smarslik remain unbeaten and top the charts after a second ride? Good race him, he's missed the start. Lebedev has made a good start, but look, he's recovered nicely. He's in the middle of the first corner, but they're going everywhere. Michael Jensen and the Smarslik has gone from first to last coming off the first corner. That's the National Speedway Stadium. And look at Frick. Frick from nowhere has hit the front. Here comes Smarslik diving up the inside, stunning Speedway again. Lebedev, oh my goodness, it's close down the back straight. And Smarslik's having to work overtime to get himself back into second place. But Max Frick has stolen an arch, and he's a country mile out in front.
Yeah, what a first lap from Smarslik. He was at the back going into turn 3. He's worked his way up to second. But Max Frick, we said it early, we said it in qualifying, if he gets in front and he gets clear, he has the pace to win races at this level. And he looks really good out in front on the outside line. Big battle at the back now between Jensen and Lebedev. Jensen up the inside. And Lebedev's now goes deep round the last corner. Is he going to make it? No, it's Jensen holds on to third.
Fabulous ride for Max Frick out in front. Congratulations to him. We were just saying before the race he's got up his game. He must have heard us. Well, certainly heard me, because by God, he responded in fine style there. And that's the Max Frick we know. Yeah. That's how good he is. And he rode a beautiful line high and wide in the dirt. And as hard as Smarslik tried, he couldn't get to him. Frick, useful win, 3 points for him. Smarslik back in second place, 2 points. Jensen 1 place, 1 point in third, excuse me. And Lebedev's missed out. Here we see it again.
Yeah, what a first lap of Speedway. Max Frick, he just gets round the outside of everyone. You then see Jensen, he dives up the inside. At this point, Smarslik's at the back. So keep an eye on him in the red helmet colour. He rides across gate 2 down the straight. Takes a really narrow line and forces his way up the inside. Lebedev's then cuts back. Here's Smarslik, dives into the picture across the front of Lebedev's. He then moves up into that wide outside line, that deeper dirt. Lebedev tries to shut him off, but Smarslik has absolutely none of it. Here we see the last lap battle for third between Jensen and Lebedev's. But what a race for Frick. He really needed that win.
Indeed he did, and he rode as well as we know he can. He's a former Grand Prix winner, of course. Good battle for third, and Michael Jensen just about coming out on top, and Lebedev's, a little bit like last year, is struggling with the National Speedway Stadium at this early stage. Right, heat number 8 will complete the second block of races. They're up at Tapes. Frick just making his way back into the pit area. Got some points on the board. They'll be feeling much happier about their chances now. So here we go. Kai Hülkenberg, he's on the inside. He's looking for his first points of the evening. He's in the red helmet colour, gate 1. Robert Lambert, gate 2 in blue. Jack Holder, gate 3 in white. And Casper Verina will start from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. What a ride he had. Truly extraordinary ride, actually, out of the top draw. Can he repeat it now? There's lots of grip on the outside. Guess what? Casper Verina will not be shy about trying to utilise it. Here we go. Tapes are up. We're charging. It's Holder, Farina electing to go straight back up the inside. Can't get through because Hülkenberg's in the way. And my goodness, there's somebody bucking and rearing down the back straight. That was Lambert. But a fabulous start again from Jack Holder. Holder out in the dirt. Lambert through in the second place. Casper Farina trying to bore a hole up the inside of Kai Hülkenberg. But this is good news for Holder and Lambert.
Yeah, what a first lap from Holder. Great start from him from gate 3. Cruised round the outside of everyone on the first bend. Lambert then muscled his way into second. Brave move round the outside of Hülkenberg. And now we've got Casper Farina at the back. Got to keep your eyes on him at all times. He won't let Hülkenberg breathe for the rest of the race. But Jack Holder in front from gate 3, looking really good.
Yeah, Jack Holder left off the start line. That bike really does drive beautifully to the first corner. He's dominated heat number 8. And this puts himself right in the picture. There's going to be a handful of riders all on 5 points after 2 riders, and Holder's in there. Certainly is. Better ride from Lambert. 2 points for him, yet to win a race. Farina, slightly disappointingly, misses out that time. Just couldn't quite get to the first corner. The dirt line is high and wide, and Lambert and Holder dominated heat number 8. And for Jack Holder, the 3 points are very welcome. Robert Lambert, 2 points in second place, 1 point for Kai Hülkenberg. And Casper Farina misses out in heat number 8. Everybody's had a couple of rides. Everybody's settling in. It's exciting. It's fast. And let's have a look at it again.
Yeah, a really good start from Jack Holder. He had one thing on his mind. He wanted to be the first rider to hit that dirt line, which he was. From then on, he clears off pretty. Keep your eye on Robert Lambert here in the blue. Oh, hits the fence down the back straight. Lifts, going into turn 3. Not something you want to do, but really brave ride. Kept it wound on and gets round the outside of Hülkenberg. There's Jack Holder out in front. He's having fun, front wheel in the air as he crosses the finish line. And he's looked good. He looked good in qualifying. He looks good out there now.
He does indeed. And that ride, he was not going to be overtaken. He got overtaken in his first one, possibly just spinning up a touch. But heat number 8, he looked a lot better. And Chris, his brother, in there, former world champion, just having a chat. Nice to have some brotherly love in the on a big night here in the National Speedway Stadium. So there's the position after a couple of rides each. 5 points for Kurt, Smarslik, Dudek and Jack Holder. Anders Thompson on 5 points as well, so very tight at the top. So plenty of racing to come. Yeah, I was just chatting about the ride. Okay, we've got some time for some more reaction. Emma is now joined by Brady Kurtz again.
I am indeed. Brady, a great start to the night for you.
Yeah, really happy with it. I was pretty close to getting through in the first one, so happy to take a second there. And yeah, a good win then. It's nice to get some points on the board early, and yeah, hopefully a couple more to come.
How important is it to get those points on the board early doors?
Definitely. It's you don't want to be scrambling for them later, especially when we never really know what's going to happen with the gates here and what's going to be good later. And yeah, you definitely want to grab them while you can.
Ahead of tonight, you and I spoke about the feeling of being here in Manchester, it feeling like home for you. What's it been like being out there?
It's always special to race here. It's such a cool event, and I've got so much support here, which I'm so appreciative of. And yeah, it's just, I'm happy to be here, happy to get some points on the board, and yeah, hopefully good rest of the night.
We can certainly hear that support, Brady. Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's a humble guy, and he's a very likeable chap, and there's no doubt that he is a fan favourite here, and he has settled very well in this part of the world, Brady Kurtz, and he does a very fine job by...
after a track grade. You want to make the most of that, which Brady did. He stretched away really as the race went on, just pulled further and further ahead. Leon Madsen at the back there, not really looking at the races tonight. He's a bit of an enigma really. He can be outstanding one weekend, disappointing the next, which is not ideal. Brady Kurtz, right leg off the foot peg, looking very comfortable. Here we see number 6 is Tom Brennan in the red helmet. That was when he got swallowed up coming off the first bend. So maybe didn't go wide enough, didn't stay tight enough, more of a no man's land, and riders went either side of him. But he battled hard to get into second.
He did well to get back into second place. I just felt at the time he put himself in the, as you say, no man's land coming off the first corner.
Yeah, if you can get clear and get out to that outside line, then maybe that's an option. But if not, stay tight. I think it's probably the safer bet. But good to see Thompson get a win there.
Next 4 races coming up: Anders Thompson, Verena, Doyle and Smarslik. That's some lineup. Those guys are all going well this evening. Holder, Dudek, Lebedevs and Kvek. Then we've got Robert Lambert, Leon Madsen, Michael Jepsen, Jensen and Tom Brennan. All those guys need more points. Kurtz, Huckenbeck, Panitsky and Frick in heat number 12. Riders are on the hurry up. They are on their way round to the start line for heat number 9. And as I say, we'll see the top 2 in the world going head-to-head here for the first time this evening. That man in the blue helmet colour, Verena, who was out of the points last time. He'll be frustrated about that. Yeah, gate 4, couldn't hit the front and struggled actually at the back and failed to score. This is unusual, but he's got Thompson. And we've got Jason Doyle out of gate 3, which is working pretty well actually this evening, which is, as I say, a slight surprise. And then we've got the world champion who's got outside gates from now on his draw for this evening. He's got gate 4 and gate 3 to come in the latter stages of the qualifying races. So line up for you. There's Anders Thompson on the inside in the red helmet colour. Casper Verena will start from gate 2 in blue. Doyle's going to start from gate 3 in white. And Smarslik going along nicely. He'll go from the outside. By golly,
tasty lineup.
It is a tasty lineup, and Casper Verena, I can't wait to see what he gets up to here, because coming out of gate 2,
he's right in the mix, isn't he?
He's certainly, I think he could well be racing for the fence, definitely.
Yeah.
Here we go then, heat number 9. Track looks good, plenty of grip. We like it. Revs are up. Tapes are up now, and we're going. Thompson's made a lovely stop. He's just about going to get there. Smarslik coming around the outside. Hectic first corner between the 2 poles. Here comes Smarslik now around the outside of Doyle, putting pressure on Thompson. Smarslik's wide, Thompson's there, comes Doyle. Verena at the back again. Didn't work out for Casper Verena on the opening lap. Smarslik working hard in second place. Thompson's going to have to ride out of his skin now to keep the world champion behind.
Yeah, Smarslik in second place, all over the back of Thompson. Thompson's going to need eyes in the back of his head. Smarslik moves to the outside, coming into turn 1. He's going to look to turn back and go under Thompson. Thompson, can he hang on to it into turn 3? Yes, he can. Incredibly brave right there from Thompson.
Proper speedway in heat number 9. Thompson's got a lap to go, he needs to hang on. Casper Verena's coming at Jason Doyle. They're out in the dirt. Smarslik going for it down the back straight. Once again, Thompson now electing to go wide. He's left the door open. We've got to run to the line. And Anders Thompson rides and scores a famous victory over the world champion in heat number 9. Anders Thompson, take a bow. That was some special ride from the Danish rider. He moves on to 8 points, and Bartosz Smarslik threw the kitchen sink at him, and he hung on. I thought with a lap to go, I thought Thompson was very vulnerable. Yeah, that was a very good ride from Thompson. 3 points for him, 2 points for Smarslik. He worked hard for them. Who finished third? I think Doyle, and Casper Verena missed out, I think. But look at this first corner, hectic, hectic.
The two Lublin teammates going toe-to-toe on the first bend. Verena tries to shut that door on Smarslik, but Smarslik just gets to the outside line before him. And from then on, it's almost 2 battles in one. Smarslik is throwing the kitchen sink at Thompson out in front, while Doyle and the ever-exciting Verena going toe-to-toe at the back. There you see Smarslik having a look up the inside of Thompson. Thompson closes the door. Really close race between those two. This is them crossing the finish line. There's a bike length between them. It's nothing over the course of the 4 laps. Great race. 2 races going on in wide. Didn't know where to look.
But for Anders Thompson to only have dropped 1 point from 3 rides, he is looking good to go straight to the final this evening. Last year, 12 months ago, he was nowhere. Wow, what a comeback. Fabulous stuff from the Danish rider. I think number 10, you'll see Jack Holder again, who rode superbly well last time out. Casper Vereen all of a sudden is under a bit of pressure, you know. Failed to score in his last 2 rides, languishing down on 3 points. He's going to have to really go for it in his last 2 qualifiers. The man with 31 points, second in the championship chase. Jack Holder looking to get right in the chase. Here he is, he's on the inside in red. Gate number 2 in blue is Patrick Dudek. Andre Lebedev's out of gate 3 in white. And Jan Kvek, he's on the pace, you know, Kvek. He's on the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Nobody's changed their bikes. So they're all quite happy with their bikes. No horrible bikes out here tonight.
None for sale yet?
None for sale. There was a fire sale last time. Missed out on the auction. Here we go. Jack Holder. He's on the inside. Keep your eyes on him. He's missed the start. Or has he? I don't know how he's got there, you know. I don't know how he got there because it was really messy, but he's going to hit the front down the back straight. Here comes Lebedev's. Patrick Dudek is on the inside. Lebedev's around the outside of Dudek. Holder's gone even wider. Dirt's out there. Look at Lebedev coming up the inside of Jack Holder. It's tight again. We've got Quebec at the back, but Jack Holder, he's having a fabulous day. He won the sprint race earlier on, and he's looking like a winner again here, Ollie.
Yeah, Jack Holder looking really good in front. Made a mess of the start from gate 1. Really untidy. Bike snaked on the way to the first bend, but he just about got there. Dudek now having a look up the inside of Lebedev. Lebedev just can't get on with the track here at Manchester. Never really looks comfortable. Dudek holding a really tight line, goes across gate 2. And he's now taken second place from the Latvian. But Jack Holder out in front. Looks $1 million tonight.
Jack Holder going about his business in a very professional manner. There's a tight turn up here. Lebedev may have stolen second place back there. Showed a lot of tenacity to do that because Dudek had done the business prior to that. And a good fight for second and third. But for Jack Holder going about his business, how on earth he got himself to the front? Because the bike went nowhere and then snaked, as you rightly said, Ollie. But he has got that bike hooking up beautifully. 3 points for Holder. Lebedev's coming through into second place, 2 points. 1 point for Dudek in third place. And Jan Kvek missed out in heat number 10. But just like Anders Thompson, Jack Holder going along very nicely. And he's on to 8 points.
Yeah, you see Jack Holder there from the inside gate. Bike gets in all sorts of shapes on the way to the first bend. Not ideal. You really want to keep the bike in a straight line as best you can. Great shot of him there, bouncing off the fence down the back straight. It may look like a mistake, but it's not. Those riders know what they're doing. They're aiming for that part of the track. They're looking for that extra bit of grip up against the fence down the straight to propel them into the next corner. Can look untidy at times, but it is on purpose. Here we see the battle between Lebedevs and Dudek. Dudek holding that inside line, sort of what we've become accustomed to see from him. Lebedevs cuts back off the last bend and moves into second place. He battled hard for that second because he's not comfortable here. You can see it.
Yep, you're absolutely right. He showed a lot of determination to do that. But for Jack Holder, having a chat with his brother Chris, it's going along very nicely indeed. And bounced back after the disappointment of being passed by Smarslik in his first ride. Comes out and goes bang bang with 6 points. Fair play, so he's going along very nicely indeed. You can see the standings there with 2 riders on 8 points at the moment. That's Holder and Thompson. Thompson is a surprise package tonight, no doubt about that. Doing the business. Smarslik on 7. Again, Smarslik, you would say, not quite at his best always, but by golly, is he trying hard. Lambert's on the inside here in the red helmet colour. Leon Madsen needs to get going. He's out of gate 2 in blue. Jepsen Jensen likewise, gate 3 in white. Here. And there's no doubt the man on the outside here, Brennan, desperate for a win as well, the wild card. Here we go, let's go racing again. In heat number 11, takes her up. And it looks like Lambert might just about get there. Jensen goes very wide into the dirt. Lambert should have that covered. Brennan's joined him down the back straight with a British 1-2 as they enter turns 3 and 4. Jepsen Jensen trying to come up the inside of Brennan, does so. Good riding. Madsen again not enjoying things. But for Robert Lambert, this is the first time he's got himself in front. But I tell you what, Jepsen Jensen looks useful in second place.
It does, yeah. Robert Lambert just squeezed round that first bend in front. Jepsen Jensen, like you say, has got plenty of speed. Robert Lambert now, though, just stolen a little bit of a march. Madsen now looking up the inside of Brennan to try and secure third place. The young British rider battling for that third place at the moment. Can he hold on to it? Madsen sticking to that inside line. Now takes third place from Brennan. But it's Robert Lambert out in front with a well-needed 3 points.
Yeah, Lambert has dominated heat number 11 here. And as you say, very determined ride and pleasing the British fans. They're on their feet, giving them something to cheer. Brennan, frustratingly, just out-battled there a little bit. Leon Madsen hanging on to third place. Michael Jepsen-Jensen, I thought for a moment, might be able to get to the front, but then did something very peculiar and pulled a massive locker in turns 3 and 4, killed all his speed, never got back to Lambert again. 3 points for Lambert out in front. Jepsen-Jensen, 2 points. Second place for him, 1 point for Madsen in third, and Brennan, the wild card, missed out in heat number 11. This is a handy win for Robert Lambert here.
Yeah, didn't make the best gate from gate 1. He just about got there. Clever line on the first bend, though. Just kind of went around mid-track, covered sort of everything, really. And then once he could, once the race settled down, he moved to the outside, and from then on, he sort of stretched his lead. Jepsen-Jensen showed plenty of speed the first lap, but then he started changing his lines and moving back to the inside, and that didn't really work out for him. But Lambert, here we see, crosses the line on the back wheel. Plenty of confidence there to do that at that speed.
Yeah, he doubled his score as a consequence of that win, so he moves on to 6 points from his 3 outings so far, and they'll be pleased with that. They'll be desperate to get to the latter stages here this evening in Manchester. Heat number 12 will complete the third block of races. Everybody would have had 3 rides. And we've got Brady Kurtz, who's looking to kick on here and join the top contenders. Kurtz, who is on 5. He'll be really looking for another win. He's got gate 1 again, and that's handy for him. On paper, I fancy Kurtz, but keep an eye on Frick on the outside. Frick may be quite handy. There's a lot of dirt wide.
Yeah.
If he can get a run around the first corner, he could be the danger man for the world number 2 here in heat number 12. Kurtz is on the inside in red. Hülkenberg's alongside him. Gate 2 in blue. Gate 3 in white is Panitsky. And Max Frick, a winner last time out. He's got 3 points to his name from 2 rides. He starts from the outside gate in the yellow helmet colour. Interesting lineup. And as I say, this is the middle part of the meeting from the qualifying perspective. You just got to keep piling the points in. Here we go, revs up, takes her up, we're charging it. Panitsky made a decent one. Here comes Frick around the outside. He might get to the front here, you know. Frick's going to do it.
Yeah.
Frick's going to do it. Panitsky's got up the inside, but Max Frick was brave in that first corner. He's brave in turns 3 and 4 as well. And Max Frick's flying. Panitsky's up the inside of Kurtz. Kurtz is having to work hard in second place. But Max Frick, so laid back in the interview with Emma earlier on, he's riding like a tiger out in front.
Yeah, Max Frick looked brilliant out in front, almost long track style around the corners. Mike leant over, barely sliding at all. We said he'd be the danger to Kurtz on the first bend. He hit that dirt line early, swept round the outside, and you'd have to say looks very, very comfortable on that outside line.
Frick into the last lap. Kurtz is back in second place. Frick has come good in the last 2 rides, failed to score, put it down to a poor ride, comes out in his second and third rides. A spectacular performance from Frick. 6 out of 6 in the last 2 outings. Gets himself well and truly in contention here in the National Speedway Stadium. Panitsky was out-battled and failed to score. Frustration for him. But we know how good Frick can be. It's been a difficult start to the campaign, but this is more like it. 3 points for him. Brady Kurtz back in second place, 2 points, 1 point for Panitsky in third, and Kai Hülkenberg failing to score in heat number 12. Lovely ride from the Australian here.
Yeah, I thought he'd almost missed it because Panitsky was there ahead of him, but Panitsky opted to cut back, and it just gave Frick the clear run round the outside. There he is in those red Kevlars. Goes straight. He's got one thought on his mind. He's getting out into that dirt line early. He builds up tons of speed. You can see the bike is twitchy underneath him. It's getting loads of traction on the outside. And Max Frick looked really confident out in front. Great technique, getting the bike nice and low in the dirt. Barely sliding the bike at all. Kurtz will be disappointed with that. I think he would have fancied 3 points from gate 1. But Max Frick, it's good to see him back doing what we know he can do.
Absolutely, yeah, lovely ride and enjoying the grip on the outside. Not something that they enjoy that much on the continent, but here tonight in the UK, in the National Speedway Stadium, that was a terrific ride, and a ride of a rider that's got a lovely technique and just utilised the grip on the outside. Here's the position after everybody's had 3 outs, 3 breaks. We've got 8 points for Holder and Anders Thompson. They lead the way. Kurtz is on 7, Smarslik on 7 points as well. Okay, well, we've got a few moments. Let's get some more reaction. Emma is joined by Anders Thompson,
who is back in the GP again and absolutely loving it. Anders, I just said to you, what's the secret to what you're doing out there? And you said, I don't know, just get in there before the rain comes tomorrow here in Manchester.
Yeah, I mean, like, hurry up before the rain tomorrow. So now had a pretty good practice session. I don't know this track really well, but yeah, we had a few good laps earlier on today, and yeah, try to hit the dirt line as fast as possible, and yeah, get out there.
And you managed to hold the world champion so far back. How did you do that out there?
Yeah, yeah, you know, he also have 2 wheels, so he's not unbeatable, but you know, he's super quick, and yeah, I was just focused for myself and don't mess up my line, so I think that's the key.
Well, you didn't mess it up. I know you say you're not that familiar with this track, but are you enjoying being out there? Are you enjoying your riding here tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. It is a really fast dirt line outside, and I love to be in the dirt on the outside and really feel the bike is pulling, so yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it.
We can certainly tell. Best of luck for the rest of the night. Thank you, Anders.
Cheers.
Fabulous start to the evening for Anders Thompson. Can he keep it going? This is the race we were talking about. It was a really strong star-studded lineup. Thompson makes the start. Smarslik is relatively quickly into second place after a very hectic first corner with Verena. But there's no doubt Anders Thompson rides a stunning ride here, because he would have had a lot of psychological pressure coming from the world champion.
Yeah, Smarslik's got loads of speed tonight, but he is struggling off the start, and that will be a concern to him. He's not made one yet. But Anders Thompson, yeah, great ride from him, under immense pressure from Smarslik. You know that guy's going to give you heat until the checker flag, you know it. Here we see another race here with Jack Holder, who's on fine form tonight in the red helmet colour. Clever first bend from him. Didn't make the best start. We spoke about it. He sort of, the bike snaked on the way to the first bend, bounces off the fence down the back straight. But he's looking good out in front, and Jack looks really confident, really comfortable tonight. It's going to take a good man to beat him, I think.
Yeah, he's going along very nicely on 8 points, and his form all day has been rock solid. Good effort from Lebedevs to finally get into second place here. He got the better of Dudek towards the end of the race, and despite the fact that he doesn't look particularly comfortable, you've got to credit him with a really sterling effort there to pick up some handy points. But he hasn't quite gelled with the National Speedway Stadium yet.
No, he doesn't look overly comfortable here. His scores last year were terrible. He looks better tonight, but he needs more points on the board. There's Robert Lambert. The red helmet colour, well-needed win for him.
See, this is where early on Michael Jepsen Jensen develops a lot of speed, and then inexplicably decides to turn the bike inside out. I don't know if we'll see it, but then
she did. But you couldn't watch.
You can't do that here, can you? Because you kill your momentum and you just can't get it back.
I think if he'd kept on that outside line, he'd have put pressure on Robert.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he had plenty of speed.
A strange decision, but there we are.
This man had plenty. This man in the yellow helmet, Frick, looked really comfortable on the outside line. Perfect technique for those kind of conditions, and that's something you don't see often in Europe anymore. As in mainland Europe, the tracks in Poland tend to be quite slick. And that's a technique in itself, what Max Frick's doing there, getting the bike low.
Do you think it benefits from riding in the UK?
Yeah, benefits from riding in the UK and growing up in Australia. Different techniques learned in both countries, whereas the technique you learn in sort of Poland now is very much bike upright, full gas. It's a different ball game.
Great to see Ty Wolfenden here Thanks, Ollie. Because Ty certainly has been in the wars once again, and down on the centre green, he is part and parcel of the show. And once again in the wars, had a nasty crash just a couple of weeks ago, broke some ribs, his hand is broken as well, so he's on the sidelines once again. So smashing to see Ty here. He has had a really tough run with injuries in the last 18 months. And we wish him all the best, and let's hope that he can get back to racing as soon as possible. He fancies 3 weeks and he should be back. Let's hope that is the case. But great to see him here. Still very, very popular man in the Speedway world. So the next 4 races coming for us are Frick, Holder, Brennan and Doyle, 3 Australians in the wild card in Heat 13. Heat 14 is Kvet, Kurtz, Lambert and Schmarslik. Good lineup. Kasper Verena needs some points. He's in Heat 15 with Jepsen, Jensen, Panitsky and Dudek. And Leon Madsen, Thompson, Hülkenberg coming out in Heat number 16. Lebedev is out there as well. So 1 or 2 boys here still needing points. Max Frick out again here, this time off the inside gate. And can he keep it going? He's had 2 lovely rides, but he's up against Jack Holder, who decided that he wanted 2 gate 2s, and this is the second one of them for young Jack. And Jack has been going great guns tonight, so this could be quite a tear up between those 2. We've got Jason Doyle thrown in for good measure as well. But Australia certainly enjoying a decent night so far, with Holder on 8. Frick has moved on to 6 points and looking to build upon that right now. Jason Doyle, a winner of heat number 1, he'll come out of gate 4 and he'll be hoping that the dirt's still there on the outside and see if he can utilise that in the first corner, just like Frick did actually in his last ride when he got the better of Brady Kurtz. So the line-up for you of heat number 13 is Frick on the inside, red helmet colour, Jack Holder gate 2 in blue, gate 3 in white is Tom Brennan, and Jason Doyle goes from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Nobody's changed there. No, I'll tell you what, Tom Brennan has changed his bike, and you can see that by the graphic. He's gone from A bike to B bike. He'll be hoping that he can pick up some points here. It's a tough race for Brennan though. Yeah,
he's going to do well to get something out of this.
Here we go then. Heat number 13. We're revving up, the tapes are up, and we're roaring towards the first corner. Frick has made a lovely start, elects to go very, very wide. It's going to be tight going down the back straight, but Frick's done it again. He's going for a hat trick of wins. Here comes Doyle. My goodness gracious me, that was tight going into turn 3 with Doyle diving up the inside. But Max Frick, he's turned on the start in his last 2, and he's going for a hat trick of wins here. Holder back in 2nd place. Good dust up for 3rd, but Max Frick looking good.
Yeah, incredible first lap for Max Frick. Really committed on the first bend, had one thing on his mind. He was going out to that high, wide outside line, and he's stretching his lead out in front, and that's no mean feat. Jack Holder in 2nd place. He's been red hot all night, but Max Frick does look really good. Tom Brennan at the back, unfortunately, swallowed up on the first lap. Welcome to the Grand Prix, Tom Brennan.
Max Frick, what a turnaround in form this is. This is another stunning ride from the Australian. Moves on to 9 points and has won his last 3 rides. Jack Holder has been very useful all day long, has beaten there. But that's a stunning performance when you consider he came from gate 1, trusted that he could get to the dirt in time, made a lovely start. And once he gets away, he is terrific at carrying the speed, Bewley-like. Bewley-like, Bewley-esque around the corners, and he is looking very good. 3 points for Frick, 2 points for Jack Holder, 1 point for Jason Doyle, and Tom Brennan missed out there in heat number 13. Max Frick looking really good now. He's moved on to 9 points, 10 points for Jack Holder, moving ever closer to the final.
Keep your eye on Max Frick. He has a quick look going into the first bend, and he goes from the very inside to the wide outside. It's a brave move because you leave a huge hole on the inside, allowing people to cut back under you, but he trusted the speed in his bike. He trusted that part of the track, kept his speed up. There you see a really tight first lap. Brennan thought he had third place covered, but Doyle with a hard move up the inside of him. But Max Frick really does look confident out in front, like you say, Bewley-esque, and what we mean by that, super smooth on the outside.
Well, Bewley has this wonderful ability to carry speed through the corners. We've witnessed it here on numerous occasions. Frick doing something very similar, particularly in the last couple of outings. Excellent performance from the Australian. I think number 14 riders are at tapes. Jan Kvek, he's there. He's at the inside gate. Good line up here. We've got Kurtz and Smarslik going head to head. And guess what? You've got Robert Lambert, who was a winner last time out, thrown in for good measure. So, got to say, number 14 looks quite useful indeed. Smarslik, who hasn't made great starts tonight, but by golly, is he riding hard and has got lots of speed. Kurtz will want to get to the dirt in front of Smarslik if he can. That's for sure. Kvek's on the inside in red, Kurtz in gate 2 in blue, Lambert's in gate 3 in white, and the world champions off the outside, Bartosz Smarslik in the yellow helmet colour. Brady Kurtz, I would suggest, is a better starter than Smarslik.
Yeah.
And if he wants to win this race, he needs to make a good start from gate 2, get to the dirt. Here we go. Revs up, takes her up. We're racing. Kvek pushed Kurtz very wide. Smarslik's cut to the middle of the track. Lambert's made a nice move. Here comes Smarslik, stunning up the inside. Kurtz, that didn't go well for Kurtz there. Oh my goodness! Kvek, and they avoid each other. Robert Lambert is well to move out of the way. This is now, all of a sudden, he's going to be a hard man to pick back. Oh! Traffic problems for Lambert down the back straight. Jan Kvek in the thick of the action in second place. But Bartosz Smarslik moving away out in front. Lovely ride from him.
Yeah, Jan Kvek causing all sorts of problems for Kurtz and Lambert. They're climbing all over him, but he's put himself in the mix. Kurtz now dives up the inside of Lambert. Meanwhile, Smarslik out in front. He's enjoying himself. He's on the outside line, stretching speed. Kurtz moves to the outside of Lambert, trying to build some speed up. But the shock here is Kvek in second place.
Kvek has ridden strongly. But what a ride from the world champion. You can't count him out. Made a wonderful decision in the first turn. Jan Kvek really stirred it up, made life very difficult for Brady Kurtz early on. And Kurtz misses out in heat number 14. And all of a sudden, Bartosz Smarslik wins for the second time here this evening. 3 points for him. Lovely ride from the champion. Kvek, good ride from him. 2 points in second place, 1 point back in third place for Robert Lambert. And Brady Kurtz misses out here. That's a shock.
Yeah, he didn't make a great start, lifted too much from gate 2. And Kvek really put himself in the mix, and there you see he cuts the nose off Robert Lambert. Bartosz Smarslik, clever first lap from him. Once he gets in front, he's away. And then you see young Speedway fan there loving Smarslik's win. Great to see. There's the main man out in front, looking good. Great result from him for gate 4. To be honest, I didn't see that coming. I thought it was going to be Kurtz's race.
Well, Smarslik doesn't miss out when there's an opportunity, and the first turn gave him one, and he took it with both hands. Jan Kvek making life very difficult for Kurtz in the first turn, and in the end, he missed out. Not what we were expecting. Hit number 15 riders are at tapes. We see Farina, and that man, the man in second place in the championship, he needs a result here.
He does,
he really does. He's only got 3 points. Won his first ride, failed to score in his next 2. Needs to perform and produce something pretty special. We know he can. We know he can. Smarslik and Holder, former teammates in Lublin, no longer the case now. They lead the way on 10 points, and Smarslik, once again, getting the points when he really has to. He has a knack of doing it. He does it too often for it to be luck. The man has got something about him, that's for sure. Line up for heat number 15. Farina on the inside in the red helmet colour. Jebsen Jensen, gate 2 in blue. Nazar Panitsky, gate 3 in white. And Patrick Dudek from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. All these 4 blokes, they all know each other very well indeed. Casper Farina, can he produce something special this time? We're away, hasn't made a start. Terrible start. Verina. Brilliant start from Michael Jensen. Here we go down the back straight. No, it's Panitsky's in the front here. Lovely first corner from him. Where did that come from? Now Jensen trying to respond around the outside. Verina's at the back again. Not his night so far. Michael Jensen gets the better of Panitsky. He's out
Here
in
comes
front.
Verina.
Verina now long tracking, leg training around the outside. He's gone from fourth to third. Now it's going to go around the outside again. My goodness gracious me! How brave is that? That is some lap of speedway from Verina.
Yeah, that's what we like to see from Verina. Hanging it out wide. Incredibly brave move from him. Panitsky now has a look up the inside. Jensen out in front, avoiding all the drama. Oh, Gasper Verina on the bottom of the fence again. We love to see it.
Here we go then. Half a lap to go. In heat number 15. Panitsky now up the inside of Verina. Verina having to ride defensively through the last corner. But a lovely ride from the Danish man, Jakob Jensen. Just giving himself a bit of a chance. LCQ bound, I'm afraid. I tell you what, Gasper Verina, that was one of the bravest laps of Speedway you would see anywhere, any time.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how hard he was having to hang on. Leg back, the bike pulling his arms off, and he managed to hang on. Incredible. Michael Jensen missed all the fireworks there, that's for sure. 3 points for Jensen, nice ride. Verina back in the points again, 2 for him. 1 for Dudek in third, and Panitsky, unfortunately, just missed out there because he was well and truly in that.
Yeah.
Didn't really deserve to not score, but... Michael Jensen, that's an important ride from him.
Yeah.
He moves into 7th place at this stage, onto 7 points. There's a load of riders on 7, very tightly packed, and all of a sudden he's given himself a chance here. Whether he can go straight to the final, unlikely, but an LCQ very much on the cards. Right, heat number 16 will complete the 4th block of rides. Anders Thompson out here, who's having a fabulous night, really enjoying himself. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. A free hit for the replacement riders. Kyle Hulkenbeck hasn't gone well. Leon Madsen, I tell you what, Leon Madsen nowhere tonight. No. And he needs a ride. He needs a win, really. A win. Otherwise, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. Leon Madsen on the inside in the red helmet colour. Anders Thompson alongside him in blue. Kyle Hulkenbeck white. And gate number 3 from the outside is Lebedev's in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go then. Heat number 16. Anders Thompson looking good tonight. That's a good start. He hits the front down in the first turn, drifting up the bank. Would he go right into the dirt? No, he hasn't.
Oh, wow,
I'll tell you what, he has left himself so vulnerable there. Good move from Hulkenbeck. Hulkenbeck hits the front for the first time. He's in the dirt. He's going to stay there. Here comes Lebedev right up the inside. Thompson has been relegated to the back here. My goodness gracious. 4 abreast down the back straight. Hulkenbeck hanging on. Madsen relegated to the back. Wonderful speedway once again in Bellevue.
Yeah, all 4 riders. You could throw a blanket over the lot of them. Madsen now building up his speed on the inside. I'll tell you what, the outside line is going off. The inside line is starting to come back.
Oh!
Whoa, what a race. Well, Lebedev's forcing his way up the inside. He's now going again into second.
Leon Madsen's done well here. Up the inside, bit slicker. Here comes Thompson. Thompson, who was nowhere earlier on, trying to get the better of Lebedev's. One last blast round the outside. Has dried off a bit. And it's Madsen. That's a handy win from him. He needed it. Kai Hulkenbeck led the race. Didn't score any points. It really was one of those topsy-turvy races you see here on a regular basis in the National Speedway Stadium. Stunning speedway. And I've got to say, Leon Madsen, who really was up against it. That was a bit of a lifeline for the man from Denmark. 3 points for him. Lebedev's coming through in the second place, 2 points. 1 point for Thompson in third. And Kai Hulkenbeck missed out there in heat number 16. What a race again. You couldn't take your eyes off of it.
No, at this point, Kai Hülkenberg's at the back. At the end of the first lap, he's in front, and he finishes the race at the back. Incredible stuff. You don't see that anywhere else. Anywhere else in the world, the racing here is top draw.
It truly is.
Yeah. So let's try and pick this apart. So let's Hülkenberg up the inside.
Do your best.
Oh, all four riders so close down the back straight. Here's Lebedev. Oh, look at that. Look at that from the Latvian, muscling his way in between riders. Leon Madsen here. So at the moment, Hülkenberg's in front. We're a lap and a half into the race, and he's leading. He ends up at the back. Lebedev's there in the yellow. He's using that inside line. What was apparent in that race is that if you don't use the outside properly, and if you don't go wide enough, it's not worth going out there.
No.
You've either got to be on the bottom of the fence, or the inside is the better option.
Well, Madsen comes through and picks up a handy win, gives himself half a chance of an LCQ with a ride to come. His last ride is going to be hugely important because 5 won't be enough. He's on 5. He's got gate 1 and heat number 18. And you've got to believe that at least 2 points from Madsen, who won the round in Prague 2 weeks ago. And that will give him an opportunity to go into the LCQ. Bartosz Marslik and Jack Holder lead the way on 10 points apiece, followed closely by Max Frick and Anders Thompson. So just settling down, bit of reflection. It's been a fast and furious action throughout the evening so far. Bit of cloud coming over, the temperature has just dropped a touch. But the weather has behaved, and we need to stay it that way because we don't want any compromises on the level of performance. Bartosz Marslik, you just simply cannot take it away from him. When the opportunity's there, he very rarely misses out, Ollie, and he certainly in his last ride, he went win 2-2 win, and that win from gate 4 was an important one for him.
Yeah, I think one of the key things about Smarzlik's sort of success is that on his bad day, when he's not at his best, he still gets a load of points. He makes it happen. He's incredible at doing that, really.
Next race is Doyle, Lambert, Lebedev and Panitsky. Heat number 18 is Madsen, Kvek, Frick and Verena. Verena needs some points. Jepsen, Jensen, Jack Holder, Brady Kurtz and Anders Thompson. That's a tasty looking race. And Dudek, Brennan, Smarslik and Kai Hülkenberg. I tell you what, Smarslik is red hot favourite there to go straight through to the final on 13 points. That will be enough tonight to see you straight through to the final. Top 2 from the qualifying races go straight into the final. The next 8 go into 2 last chance qualifiers, and only the winners from those races join the 2 finalists. So that's how it works. So being a top scorer, or the 2 top scorers, where Smarslik and Holder are, is a really big advantage. You can avoid the LCQs, which really are sudden death. And just if you can stay out of that, you can stay out of trouble, and you're in the big points every single time.
Yeah. And that's what Smarzlik's been doing. 2 finals so far this year, and you wouldn't put it past him tonight.
No, the way he's riding, he's looking on top of his game once again. Here we are. Jason Doyle on the inside. Gate number 1 for him. Gate 2 in blue is Lambert. Gate 3 is Lebedev's in white. And Panitsky's off the outside in yellow. Doyle won heat 1 a long time ago from gate number 1. Can he win his last ride here? Heat 17 from the inside gate with racing. This is the start. He's had a lovely start out of gate number 2. Coming around the outside is Lebedev's. Keep your eyes on Lebedev's. He might be able to get the better of Doyle. No, Doyle slams the door. That's a nice move from Lebedev's. He read that beautifully. Shot back to the inside when Doyle slammed the door shut on the outside. Doyle coming back at it. That's a bit hairy. Panitsky's at the back. But Robert Lambert, a winner a little earlier on, looking to finish his qualifying races off with a fine ride here.
Yeah, superb start from gate 2 from Lambert. Since that first corner, he's headed straight to the outside and stretching his lead. Big battle there on the first couple of laps between Lebedev and Doyle. That's settled down now. Lebedev pulled away from Doyle. They're 2 riders you wouldn't want to meet down a dark alleyway.
Robert Lambert riding out of his skin here, turning on the style. Had a quiet start to the evening, but all of a sudden has found top form. And this is the Lambert we have come to expect to see here in the National Speedway Stadium. Crowd on the feet! Crowd on the feet, they're loving that. The Union Jacks are flying now. And Robert Lambert has given the British fans something to really cheer about. And Lambert now moving along very nicely onto double figures he finishes his qualifying heats on 10 points, he'll have a good gate pick for an LCQ. 3 points for Lambert. Lebedev's on 2. He's improved. Lebedev's fair play to him. 1 point for Doyle. No points for Panitsky, finding it tough tonight. The young under-21 world champion. But Robert Lambert moving into 3rd place, but his rides have completed. This is a really good ride and a lovely start from gate 2.
Yeah, bike launches off of gate 2. Really, it looks like gate 1's gone off at the moment. No one's got out of there for a while. But excellent start. Take nothing away from Robert Lambert. That bike hooks up all the way to the first corner. Lebedevs and Doyle going at it for the first lap or two. Two real hard-charging riders that really don't give an inch. And they went at it for a couple of laps, but eventually it settled down. Lambert there, look out in front, he looks good. His last 2 rides have been very good. He'll be happy with that. He's finished with a couple of wins.
Indeed he has, going along very nicely now, Robert Lambert on 10 points. Decent score chart. He's going to get a good pick for whatever LCQ he ends up in, and you'd like to think that there's every chance of him making the final here tonight. So Leon Madsen has given himself a lifeline last time out. Jankovic was involved in a hell of a race with Brady Kurtz and Bartosz Marzik last time. He really did get in the thick of the action. He's out here again, and Kurtz has turned on the start, but Max Frick is the one, the danger man for the other 3, because he's won his last 3 outings, Frick, and in some style. And this is a very important race for Kasper Verina. Verina's only got 5 points from 4 rides, and in truth, he simply needs to win this race, really. Madsen's on the inside in red, Quebec's gate 2 in blue, Frick's gate 3 in white, and Verina's off the outside in yellow. This is crunch time for Verina. Can he produce something pretty special? He was back in the points last time, but he needs more. Let's go racing. Into the first turn. Madsen's round the inside. Verina very wide. Frick has come through into 2nd place. Verina now going to chop to the inside. Dive bombs. My goodness gracious me. He's gone very wide. He comes roaring around the outside. Madsen's there. Chops back to the inside. Split second. Slams the bike across in front of Madsen. My goodness gracious, he is a brave man. He doesn't care. He went from 3rd to 1st. Brilliant stuff from Verina.
Yeah, Kasper Verina, hugely exciting rider, incredibly brave. But I tell you what, Max Frick, he's coming on the outside. Verina's got pressure on the inside from Madsen. Frick on the outside. But he left. Oh wow!
How on earth did he stay on? I thought they were all coming down. Max Frick's got a chance. He's just missed him. How did he miss him? I don't know. Verina trying to get back in now. Up the inside's going to hit him. Dreadful looking crash.
Yeah, not good.
Dreadful looking crash. Bike's revving away on the ground. Kasper Verina just overriding at the end of that race.
Yeah.
And running in the side of Leon Madsen.
He knew he needed a win, didn't he? And
my goodness.
Yeah, put it all on the line.
It was too hairy. I mean, coming out of turn 4 the lap before, he did well to stay on, the bike lifted, and all of a sudden, the enthusiasm of Kasper Verina just getting the better of him there. Let's keep our fingers crossed that all is well. Max Frick looks like he may have won it. I tell you, we're seeing a replay, but let's hope they're okay. I tell you, because Verina hasn't moved.
Awkward looking crash. Verina had plenty of speed. He then elects to trot back. He tries his hardest to turn as hard as he can, but collects Madsen, and nasty looking crash. Madsen, the innocent party there, really just gets wiped out by Verina. We do get excited about the moves he pulls, but that one there leaves a little bit to be desired. If you're Leon Madsen there, you've got every reason to feel aggrieved with Verina for that move.
Well, let's just hope that both of those riders are okay, because we've seen all the replays. He is sat up, which is good news, and so is Leon Madsen. It was right at the conclusion of the race, so whether there'll be a rerun or not, an exclusion for the rider in the yellow helmet colour has been shown, so Verina is out, and therefore he will finish on 5 points tonight. He will be outside the LCQ, so not a great evening for the man who is in 2nd in the World Championship, but he may well have hurt himself in the process of what was a very wild and breathtaking ride. The result is called with Frick winning it. He moves on to 12 points, Max Frick. That's quite extraordinary. Leon Madsen is awarded 2 points, 1 point for Jankovic, and Kasper Verina is excluded from heat number 18. That was, I agree with you, at times there, Kasper Verina was just trying a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
And he was... you know, when he came out of turn 4 the lap before, he very nearly wiped everybody out then.
Yeah, he did. He was on the back wheel, going sideways.
I think Max Frick, who is a pretty cool, calm, collected customer, I'll tell you what, even him was blowing his cheeks out there. That was a pretty wild race.
Yeah.
And Leon Madsen given a respectful round of applause. Let's see this race again. This was quite a
There's a lot
stunning...
going on here, lots to dissect.
I say.
Yeah, so Verina makes a great start from gate 4. I didn't fancy his chances of getting across Frick, but you watch this move here. Verina in the yellow helmet cuts back, goes through the middle of Frick and Madsen, heads straight to the outside. He's so wide, the bike lent over, back wheel really close to the fence. Be interesting. This is when he gets under pressure from Madsen. Madsen goes up the inside. Verina reads that move, cuts back, takes the lead back. And this is where he lives, here. Wow, look at that. Wow, that's incredible. I mean, it's incredible bike control to stay on, but Max Frick, his heart will have been in his mouth there. That could have been very messy. Here we see it again. Yeah.
He does well to avoid him there, big time. Switching back to the inside, split second thinking from Max Frick, who is clearly in fine form because he's finished on 12 points. You know, we can't overlook that. Max Frick failed to score first time out. He's put himself in a position where he can go straight to the final. And what a moment that will be. But what an incredible race of Speedway. And those are going to be all over the social networks, that race, that's for sure. Some of the moves that Kasper Verina has pulled there. And just for the first time this season, Verina just getting a little bit too excited in a race. And he probably owes Leon Madsen an apology there.
Yeah,
but he number 19. No, and an ice pack, yeah. He number 19 is with us. And Brady Kurtz out. He's looking for another win. He failed to score last time, which was a little bit of a surprise. He got involved with a hectic first corner with Jankovic and found it difficult. Michael Jepsen Jensen actually turned on the style last time. Jepsen Jensen, again, another rider that is in need some serious points. It's very close indeed. He's down in 9th place, and these points now are absolutely vital. And Brady Kurtz, who's almost certainly not going to go through to the final, he'll go through the LCQ here this evening. A win will give him a half sensible pick for the LCQ. Here we go then, gate number 19. Jepsen Jensen on the inside in red, Jack Holder looking good, gate number 2 in blue. Brady Kurtz looking for another win, gate 3 in white. And Anders Thompson, if he wins it, he'll finish on 12. He could be a finalist. What a race this is. He's on the outside, the yellow helmet colour. But Jack Holder, gate 2, he's on 10 points. Can he win it? No, not from there. Squeezed in the first corner. Michael Jepsen Jensen turns the bike hard. Here comes Holder through. Brady Kurtz has gone very wide. Trying to now recover the ground. Going right to the safety fence. Is that going to work? That's pretty spectacular from Kurtz. Michael Jepsen Jensen is right there. He's electing to turn the bike inside out. Getting the bike off the corner. But Kurtz surely will do it now. Yes, he does. Wow, that's spectacular. The speed you generate off the turns here is absolutely breathtaking. And Kurtz is doing it. But look at Jepsen Jensen coming back at it. Kurtz and Jepsen Jensen absolutely going at it here big time.
Yeah, lots of trust between those two riders. Jepsen Jensen leaving Kurtz just enough room to get by on the straight, which is very fair of him. But Brady Kurtz, he knows he needs to win this race. He's trusting himself, he's trusting his bike. He hasn't got as wide that time, and I think Jepsen Jensen is going to move back up the inside.
Here we go, one last blast around the outside. What a race between two completely different attacks. And Brady Kurtz finally does it. But he had to work overtime for that because Jepsen Jensen just would not go away. Holder was there, lurking in 3rd place, but he drops a couple of points. And all of a sudden, Max Frick is the man in the driving seat for the final. And Jack Holder is in 11 points. but Max Frick's there. He's in the final now. Jack Holder on 11. That's the way it finishes with them. And let's have another look at this. This was quite an interesting race.
Yeah, gate 3 looking good. The results have been good from there. Brady Kurtz makes a good start from there. It elects to go high on the first bend, possibly a mistake. Jepsen Jensen, he's got plenty of speed around the inside. He's borderline now whether the outside is quicker. Brady Kurtz, like you say, two contrasting lines. Kurtz riding the bottom of the fence. Jepsen Jensen, we know he's fast on the sort of slick, dry tracks, and he's making that work around the inside. Really good race. Riders are going to have a choice to make soon.
Well, they've got a choice to make now. Dudek's in trouble. Yeah. Dudek's bike's packed up. He's running back. He's got a minute. Second bike's out there. He should be A-OK. We're looking at the replays of the previous race with Jepsen Jensen plugging away around the inside, and Kurtz finally nails it. He finishes on 10 points. He's in the LCQ. Max Frick is in the final. Jack Holder is in second place right now. But Bartosz Zmarzlik on 10 points. He needs 2 points to make the final and join Max Frick. What a night for Frick. He's got his championship back on track by going through to the final. Guaranteed 14 points tonight. Dudek, well, clearly an issue with the bike. They've managed to get the spare one out there for him. Heat number 20 will complete the qualifiers. Zmarzlik in a race where he needs 2 points to make the third consecutive final in the 2026 World Speedway Championship season. Dudek's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Tom Brennan, gate 2 in blue. Zmarzlik's gate 3 in white. And Hülkenberg off the outside in yellow. Here we go, heat number 20. Revs are up. Long pause, tapes are up as well. Drawing into the first turn. Brennan's made a good start. He elects to go wide. Zmarzlik's at the back at the moment, but not for long. Not for long. He's roared into second place. Got the better of Hülkenberg and Brennan. Dudek's out wide. Zmarzlik's even wider. Here comes, oh my goodness, 3 of Frick going to the turn 1, second time around. Hülkenberg came from nowhere. Here comes Zmarzlik. Zmarzlik rode beautifully there. Absolutely stunning ride from Bartosz Zmarzlik. Going wide again, and this will do very nicely for the world champion.
Yeah, Zmarzlik undeniable once again. Really intelligent riding. He reads what's happening in front of him so well. Picks his way through the traffic.
Spot on.
Yeah, you can't fault the man.
No.
When the chips are down and he's in a bad position, he reads everything well. He stays calm. He makes good decisions, and he's got 3 points pretty much sewn up now. Dudek
fabulous racing brain from Bartosz Zmarzlik. He completes his 5 rides with a stunning win. He's had 3 wins tonight. He moves on to 13 points, and Max Frick and Bartosz Zmarzlik go straight through to the final here tonight in the National Speedway Stadium in round number 3. Third consecutive final for Bartosz Zmarzlik. And once again, he is the man to beat in this championship. He's a 6-time world champion, and he's going for 7. 3 points for Zmarzlik, 2 for Dudek, 1 for Hülkenberg and Tom Brennan. He's had a tough night. He fails to finish. He fails to score, in heat number 20. Well, what a lovely ride from Zmarzlik again.
Yeah.
Had to do it the hard way, but took the opportunities once again when they presented themselves.
Yeah, Zmarzlik, he didn't make a great start. His gates haven't been good tonight, but he just sides his way through the traffic. He takes his time. He's clever about what he does. Never really puts himself in too much danger. He's clever about what he does. Dudek's in front at this point. Hülkenberg then dives up the inside of him, which then shuts the door on Zmarzlik. Zmarzlik comes into turn 1 deep, turns back, plots his sort of course up the inside, and once he gets that bike in a straight line, he's got so much speed. But if you look at his body position, his bum is off the back of the seat. Incredible skills and technique there from Zmarzlik. He does stuff on the bike that other riders don't do. He is so, I don't know, he's so agile on the bike. He uses a lot of body language, and because of that, he's allowed to he can generate a lot of speed, maybe when his bikes aren't working as well as they could be.
So that's the position after everybody's had 5 rides. Zmarzlik and Max Frick, as I said, go straight through to the final. Jack Holder just missing out on 11 points when he was looking good for the final, but that last ride just means he's got to go through the LCQ. Kurtz, Lambert, Thompson, Dudek, Jensen, Leon Madsen and Jason Doyle. They are the next 8 riders that will go to the 2 LCQs here this evening. And what a night we've witnessed so far. I'm just going through the riders. It looks like Holder, Thompson, Jensen and Madsen will come out on LCQ 1. LCQ 2, riders in 4th, 5th, 7th and 10th. We've got Kurtz. Kurtz will come out in LCQ 2. We've got Robert Lambert will come out with him as well. 7th place right now is Patrick Dudek. He's there in LCQ 2. And the final qualifier is Doyle, who will come out in LCQ with them. So that is the lineup for the 2 LCQs. 3 races to go here tonight in Manchester Bellevue in the National Speedway Stadium. And Max Frick is the surprise package. Mate of mine back in West Sussex fancied that Max Frick would have a big night. I thought he was mad. But
You told me it was rubbish. You told me.
I thought he was mad, but he knew something I didn't. I think I'm going to have to listen to him a bit more. But there was the gate stats. The points scored from the gate positions as well is 43 points for the inside. That's dominant. 21-34 from gate 3, which is a surprise, and 22 points scored from the outside gate so far this evening. Emma will be preparing herself for the gate draws and the gate picks for the LCQs. She will take us through that very shortly. As I say, by my reckoning, it will be Holder, Thompson, Jensen, Jensen and Leon Madsen in LCQ 1. And then we will have Brady Kurtz, Robert Lambert, Patrick Dudek and Jason Doyle in LCQ 2. So the Speedway World Cup final in Warsaw, you can still get your tickets. They are available, the Q code there. Get involved with that. It's a wonderful event in a fabulous stadium in the capital city of Poland, and it is a meeting that will certainly be very exciting indeed. A little later in the summer, at the end of August, 29th of August to be absolutely accurate. So the points handed out so far: Lebedev picks up 6, Kvek 5, Varina, wow, what a night he's had, 4 points for him, Brennan, Huckenbeck and Panitsky. Panitsky finding Grand Prix tough right now. And Tom Brennan, well, he's got another opportunity tomorrow. He'll be frustrated about the way it's gone this evening, but he has an opportunity to come back tomorrow and try and improve. He will have learnt a lot so far this evening. It is tough, it really is. So next is the gate choice for the LCQs, and interesting to see which way it goes, but I'm expecting gate 1 to be pretty popular now, but I could be wrong. Last lot of track grading going on now for the final 3 races here this evening. We have no qualifying tomorrow, we just have the Grand Prix in the evening, just to give the track a little bit of respite prior to round number 4 tomorrow night. But this is when the big points are beginning to be handed out, Ollie. Yeah. And as I say, Bartosz Marslik, 3rd in the first 2 rounds of the World Championship, and he's put himself in a position where he's going to have a minimum of 14 once again. He'll lead the championship.
Yeah.
Going into tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's what he does. He's very consistent, and he's been fantastic tonight. He's had plenty of speed. His gates haven't been very good, and that would be a concern, I think, for him. He's never been a fantastic gator.
No.
But
it might hurt him in the final.
Yes, it might do. This is the type of track where you could favour speed over sort of starting, maybe, like with the way you set your bike up. If you have a small sprocket on and you're built for sort of top end speed, and maybe you're a little bit sluggish off the start, it could be that, I don't know. But it makes it more exciting. One thing you can't deny is that in traffic, he's the best there is. Yep.
And he has proven that on at least 2 occasions this evening, where he was in traffic and he managed to work his way to the front, and as a consequence he's gone straight through to the final. Now Holder has ridden terrific today, just got out battled, just slipped up a touch in that last ride. That was quite significant. Okay, let's get down to Emma for the first draw for the LCQ1.
Cheers, Kelvin. Yes, it is time for LCQ1 gate selection, and we start with Jack Holder, who goes straight for the blue gate for gate number 2. Next up, Anders Thompson, who has had a great night so far. Where are you going to go, Anders? Oh, is he sticking there? Are you going for the red gate? He goes for the red gate with a little shove from Leon Madsen there. Next up, Michael Jensen. Come and take your gate. Okay, he goes for the white gate for gate number 3, which means, Leon Madsen, you are left with the yellow gate, with the outside gate. Okay, that is it for gate selection for LCQ1. Best of luck. Okay, now it is time for gate selection for LCQ2, starting with Brady Kurtz, who heads straight for the red gate for the inside gate. Next up, Robert Lambert. Where's he going to go? Straight to the blue gate for gate number 2. Patrick Dudek is next. Come and select your gate, Patrick. To the white gate, gate number 3. And finally, Jason Doyle, you are left with the outside gate, with the yellow gate. Again, that's it for LCQ2 gate selections. Best of luck.
Thanks very much, Emma. Yep, Kurtz, Lambert, Dudek and Doyle. Pretty straightforward. Who's going to go through? Kurtz will be absolutely desperate to make the final here this evening. He won't want to see Smarslik disappearing off into the distance. He's here at home. And just one slip up tonight for Brady Kurtz, but we've seen him do it on previous occasions where he goes through the LCQ, and there's no doubt that he is more than capable. But Robert Lambert has turned on the style in his last couple of rides, and I must believe that Lambert has had 2 wins and a second. He could be a major danger for Bartosz and Bartosz Smarslik and Maximilian Pawlczak there, just having a chat. Pawlczak is a rider that has certainly got a big future in the sport. He's on the up and up. He's a youngster and deep in conversation, and Smarslik can just relax for a moment or two while he watches these 2 LCQs. Tell you what, it's just started to rain, which is disappointing. There is a bit of drizzle in the air, and that could be significant because the inside of the track is very slick and the outside has got some grip on it, and where you start from, that could be quite a big choice. Have you made the right choice by going for the inside gate?
Well, it wasn't raining when they picked their gates, and interestingly enough, in both LCQs, in the gate draws, gates 1 and 2 went first. Had they known the rain was coming, would they have chosen something different? I'm not sure. It's
been building up over the back, and the temperature has dropped, but it's raining right now, and we really do need to now crack on with the action, that's for sure, because the rain is coming down and we don't want it to spoil what has been a terrific night at Speedway. And it does look like it's going to rain for a little bit of time. Dudek is in LCQ2. Riders are now on their way out for the first LCQ. And Jack Holder, who had the first pick here, would he have chosen gate 2 if it had been raining when he was called forward by Emma? You're dead right.
Would you have done it?
No, I would have gone for gate 3.
Yeah, 3's been good,
and 3's been working and gone for the dirt. Because round the inside, that dry line's
looks
gone.
like an ice rink, Here
we go then, LCQ number 1. Thompson's enjoyed a good night. No doubt about that. Bit of a surprise package as an injury replacement tonight. Jack Holder has been terrific throughout the day. A winner, of course, of the sprint race already, has scored 4 World Championship points and moving into 4th in the championship. Can he make the final here tonight by winning LCQ number 1? Oh,
bit of a shock there.
Only the winner will go. Only the winner will go through to the final. And as I say, it's sudden death now. Leon Madsen, who hasn't had a great night, but he's still from the outside, might be in the right place here if he allows it to run round. There's drizzle coming down. The lineup for LCQ number 1. Thompson on the inside in red, Jack Holder gate 2 in blue, Michael Jensen is gate 3 in white, and Leon Madsen off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Conditions are changing rapidly. The track has got very greasy. You can see how it is going to be very, very slippery on the inside. You might be in the right place to go from the outside. Here we go. Green lights on. takes her up, we're racing, away we go, into the first turn, they all go charging for the dirt around the outside, Thompson's there third, Jack Holder coming around the outside, Michael Jepsen Jensen's there.
That's incredibly tight.
Very, very close down the back straight. Jack Holder is having to be very, very brave. That is a terrific effort from the Australian to fire himself to the front. Michael Jepsen Jensen made him work for that, so did Thompson, and Madsen's at the back, but Jack Holder set for the final now.
Yeah, what a first corner from Jack Holder. He knew exactly where he wanted to go. He trusted himself, he trusted his bike, and he's riding maybe 1 metre from the fence. Incredibly brave, incredibly confident, and this is just what Jack needed. This will be, if he can keep it here, his first final of the year.
Holder just taking it easy, riding nicely out in front, took that chance. Had to work hard. He looks a little bit anxious going down the back straight for the last time in LCQ1, but in truth he was brave at the early part of the race, and that sees him through. He's delighted with it, rightly so. Brilliant ride, brave ride early doors, got the better of Thompson and Jepsen Jensen, and Jack Holder, who's had a great day, and the day's just got a lot better by making his first final of 2026. Fantastic. We're not hanging about. Riders are already on track for LCQ2. Can completely understand. Hold us through. Jepsen Jensen, Thompson and Madsen miss out in the first last chance qualifier here this evening. We'll take a quick look at the replays, but we won't have long because they're already going to tapes.
Yeah, keep your eye on Jack Holder in blue. Gives Jepsen Jensen a nudge going into the first bend. He goes straight to the outside. It's probably a little bit of British League racing experience here. You do get these conditions.
That was the moment, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. He just creeps around the outside and he looked confident. But I did notice as the race went on, you can see his left leg there.
Yeah, he was just looking a little bit anxious, wasn't he?
He looks a little bit apprehensive, and possibly a sign of the worsening track conditions.
Here we go then, LCQ riders are up at tapes. We're ready to go. Holder's in the final. He joins Sparta Smarslik and Max Fripp. We've got two Aussies in the final already. And looking good for the man in fourth place in the World Championship. LCQ2 line-up for you. Brady Kurtz. So we're going to have 3 Australians in the final. Every chance, you know.
Every chance. And that is a big scrap for the outside line on the first bend.
Yeah, rain is continuing. Fairly heavy drizzle now here in Manchester tonight. The evening has changed completely. They're going to rush through these last few races, that's for sure. Brady Kurtz on the inside red, Lambert gate number 2 in blue, Dudek gate 3 in white, and off the outside is Jason Doyle in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go. Green light is on, takes her up, we're racing. Kurtz has made a fabulous start. Starts himself to the front, Dudek running right around the outside, but Kurtz is in the driving seat here. He did exactly what he needed to do. He made the start when he needed it, and he's fired himself to the front. Barring any mechanical problems, you've got to believe that he's going to win the race. Lambert is giving chase. Lambert is riding wide, wider than anybody else. He's trying to get to the front. He's keeping pressure on Kurtz. Kurtz will need to stay composed in front.
Yeah, Robert Lambert throwing everything at Brady Kurtz. He's following him in that outside line. Really brave ride for Robert Lambert. He's gone even deeper this time, but Kurtz, he knows he's there. He knows he can't give him an inch.
That's right, Brady Kurtz. Using all of his experience of riding here for the Bellevue Aces, riding round the outside. Fair play to Lambert, shows great commitment earlier on. Dudek's back in third place, Doyle is at the back. But Kurtz is going to make the final from the LCQ again. He had to go through the LCQ 2 weeks ago in the Marketa Stadium in Prague, and he makes the final again, 2 consecutive finals in rounds 2 and 3. And the world number 2 joins the world number 1 in what is going to be some grandstand finish here tonight in the National Speedway Stadium. Brady Kurtz, the winner of LCQ2. Great ride. What a start. That was what it did it.
Yeah.
Fabulous start from the inside gate.
Yeah, one thing on his mind as well, straight to that outside. Good effort from Lambert, though, in those conditions.
Tell you what, yeah, brilliant effort. Yeah. Kurtz the winner, Lambert's second place, Dudek third, and Doyle in fourth place. Can't fault the effort from Robert Lambert. He's certainly got a lot of respect of the fans here tonight. Let's see it again.
Yeah, keep your eye on Brady Kurtz in the red helmet. Makes a rocket of a start from gate 1. He's first to drop the clutch, and that bike just launches to the first corner, lifts all the way.
Nice.
Has a look. He knows where he's going. Straight up to that cushion on the outside. And Robert Lambert, in these conditions, it's not easy to follow someone. You need to be confident and brave, and he was that. But eventually, I think the conditions were just too much, and Brady Kurtz did what he needed to do. He's made that final. He's got to keep the pressure on Smarslick, hasn't he?
He has indeed. And Brady Kurtz, who comes into the final this evening on 27 points, 4 points behind the leader. That could all change, of course, if he wins. And Smarslick misses out. Massive decisions to be made now with the changing conditions and the draw for the final. They'll they won't hang about here. They'll crack on, that's for sure, because the drizzle has just eased a little, if anything. Does look a little bit brighter, but the track has certainly changed. Here's the points that are handed out: 12 for Lambert, Jebsen Jensen with 11, Thompson with 10, Dudek 9, Leon Madsen with 8, and Jason Doyle picks up 7 World Championship points here this evening. So just one more race to come for you, and that's the important one, of course. And it will be the third consecutive final for Bartosz Smarslick in 2026. And we're all having a good look at the track. There's the world champion having a look over the pit gate. I think the rain has eased off a touch. It is a little bit, no, it's still raining, excuse me, it is still raining. So track conditions aren't improving, they're getting worse. So what way are you going? Where are you going to pick? Bartosz Smarslick, he's going to have the first pick. Where's he starting from?
I think he'll go gate 1, and he'll have one thing on his mind, and that's to get onto that outside line as quick as possible. But I tell you what, I wouldn't count Kurtz out. We know
Kurtz is in the driving seat for me. He's the best starter in the race.
Yeah.
And if he can replicate what he did in the LCQ, then he'll have every chance of winning this Grand Prix. And he would love that. Okay, let's get down to Emma for the gate selection for the final.
Yeah, thanks for that, Kelvin. I think Bartek has beaten us to it. He's gone straight to the yellow gate, to the outside gate. Okay, next up, Max Frick goes for the inside gate, the red gate. Jack Holder is next to select. He's having a little think as he heads up over here. What are you thinking, Jack? Is he going to go blue? He is. And finally, Brady Kurtz has the white gate, gate number 3. That is it for gate selections for the final. Best of luck.
Thanks very much, Emma. Frick off the inside. Smarslick going for gate number 4. Big call from the world champion, trusting that the dirt on the outside will carry him through. And will it prove to be the right one? I fancy he took the wrong gate 2 weeks ago in the Marketa Stadium. Tickets for Warsaw, the Speedway World Cup final. There's your QR code. Get them for the end of August. What a night it's going to be in the PGE Narodowy Stadium. We've got one massive race to come. And there's tension in the air. There's jeopardy. Conditions have changed. Frick has been outstanding tonight. 4 wins consecutively to make the final for the first time in 2026. Jack Holder in the final, winning the LCQ. This is going to be some tear up. 3 Australians and a Polish man, the world champion. Has he made the right call by going for gate number 4? Big call.
It's a brave call when you're leading the world championship, I think. Could he have taken a safer option? I don't know.
He might not be by the end of the night. This next 60-odd seconds could prove to be decisive. Always it going to go. 20 points for a win, 18 for second, 16 for third, and 14 for fourth. Kurtz wins. Smarslick's out the back. Kurtz will lead the championship.
Well,
that is quite extraordinary. It could happen.
If he can deal with him going into turn 1, that could well be the case.
Well, Kurtz is right alongside him. He's going to make it difficult for Smarslick in the first turn, that's for sure. So many scenarios, real tension. What a way to conclude the night. Drizzle coming down, conditions have changed, and here we go for the last time tonight in round 3 here in Bellevue. What a night of Speedway. It has not disappointed. Max Frick has ridden out of his skin to get this far. Jack Holder's had a wonderful day. He picked up 4 points for the race win in the sprint race this afternoon, and he's made his first final of 2026. And guess what? He's had gate 2 about 4 times, I think, tonight. So he's obviously quite familiar with coming out of gate number 2. Riders coming round for the final. Here we go. Bartosz Zmarzlik clearly changing his plans. He wouldn't have gone for gate 4 if it hadn't have rained, that's for sure. So here we are. Riders doing a bit of gardening. It does look like it might have eased a little, but it's still just raining lightly, so it will be greasy. They're going to charge for the dirt around the outside, that's for sure. Zmarzlik's backed himself to try and get a run and hit the dirt and try and get the better of the opposition, but will he be in traffic? Will there be a traffic jam coming out of turn 2 to block his progress? Because Kurt's right alongside him on gate 3. And Kurtz is arguably the best starter in the world. The lineup for the grand final. Frick's on the inside in red. Jack Holder's out of gate 2 in blue. Brady Kurtz will start from gate 3 in white. The world champion Bartosz Zmarzlik goes from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. What a fabulous way to conclude the night. 3 Australians and the world champion Bartosz Zmarzlik. Here we go. Green lights on. Tapes are up. We're racing. Away we go. Roaring into the first turn. Zmarzlik's gone around the outside.
Oh, it's a danger. Yeah.
He's hit the ground hard. Max Frick got there in front of him. That was always going to be the danger. As I said, running into traffic, and that's exactly what happened because Frick got there off the inside. He had every right. Massive decision now. Massive decision for the referee, Mr. Letosinski from Ukraine. What way is he going to see this? Will he put them all 4 back?
There's no contact made, is there?
No contact. Let's see it again, Ollie.
There you go, keep your eyes on Zmarzlik. Brave call, picking gate 4. He's straight into the dirt. But Frick beats him there, blocks the run, and Zmarzlik goes down. He goes down on his own. He doesn't have to continue on that line. There you go. I mean, he's committed. That's the problem. The bike's hooking up. It's deep dirt. He's gone. Yeah,
he's out. Zmarzlik out. Drama here in Bellevue. People on their feet, applauding the fact that he's been thrown out of the race. I don't like that.
No, I don't.
But the fact of the matter is that Bartosz Zmarzlik, there was no contact. You were dead right, Ollie. Yeah. Frick had every right to go for it. And Bartosz Zmarzlik just not getting the rub of the green in the final. The choice to go for gate number 4.
It was an odd call, I thought.
Just not quite working out.
Yeah. That's the danger when you pick gate 4 like that and you get blocked off because he's committed to that outside line. The bike's hooking up. He's in the deep dirt. It's very hard for him to turn back once he's in that.
He would argue that he should be all 4 back, but
of course he will. Yeah.
He had to bail off, and as you rightly say, he did have the option of plan B to chop back to the inside, but he elected to go for it. And traffic was always going to be a problem. Frick had made a wonderful attempt from the inside. He was dominating the first turn. Zmarzlik bailed off the bike because he thought he was going to run into him. Second time of asking. 3 Australians. It's the Aussie final. Here we go. Who's going to come out on top?
Well, we know where Frick's going.
This is wonderful drama. This is sporting theatre out of the top drawer, Ollie.
It is indeed.
Fantastic stuff. Got to say, Zmarzlik still will be relatively happy. He still gets 14 points. But if Kurtz wins, all of a sudden Kurtz will lead the World Championship going into round 4 tomorrow night. How about that?
What a turnaround.
And he hasn't had a great season. He could be leading the World Championship after 3 rounds. Remarkable. Here we go then.
Big first bend coming up.
Yes, that's for sure. Line up for you. Restart of the grand final here tonight, round 3 in the Bellevue. Max Frick on the inside red, Jack Holder gate 2 blue, Brady Kurtz out of gate 3 white, nobody off the outside because Zmarzlik's been thrown out of the race, he's excluded. Here we go then for the final time here this evening in Bellevue, Manchester. Tapes are up, we're racing. Kurtz is going to get there. Oh, Frick's done well, he's hit the dirt. Frick's out in the dirt. Wow, what a night for Max Frick. Wonderful start off the inside. Now he's on that dirt line. I tell you what, he's going to be a very, very difficult man to beat. He completes out in front. He's won his last 4 rides, doing very, very much the same. He's been roaring around the outside, and he's set for a win. He's won 2 Grand Prix before. He's going to make it 3 tonight if he keeps going.
Yeah, Max Frick, really, really incredible turnaround of this night from his first race. 1-0, and now he's gone 5 wins on the bounce. Looks really comfortable out in front. He's looked comfortable using that outside line all night. He's looked the best out there, and he's fully deserved, well, what could be a race win and his first final win of the year. Brady Kurtz now having a look up the inside, but I just don't think the grip's there. It'll be interesting to see what he does on the last bend. Frick, is he going to commit to the outside fully? Kurtz on the
he's in trouble! He's in trouble! Can he hang on? Yes, he does! What a win for Max Frick. Many congratulations, the winner of round number 3 here in the National Speedway Stadium. A remarkable night for the Australian. Unbeaten in his last 5 outings. Failed to score in his first ride. Fabulous bounce back by winning the next 4 straight through to the final. And Max Frick, well, he's had a desperately disappointing start to the campaign, but he has just produced a stunning performance. Brady Kurtz coming through in second place. Absolutely, fantastic. And under a massive pressure, he did it twice. And so often the guy that hits the front in the rerun misses out. And for Max Frick, this is a special win for him at his former track.
Yeah, it's always hard to replicate that start. Once you've done it once, the pressure's really on to do it again. And he kept cool, he kept calm, and he's looked like that all night. He's looked really calm, like in every situation he's been put in. So we spoke about him before the meeting and said it was time he showed his true colours, and he has done. What a night for Max Frick. For me, he looked the most comfortable rider all night. Looked confident and smooth on that deep outside line, and yeah, fully deserved for Max Frick. Really pleased for him, and it's great to see Brady Kurtz back in the hunt, and a final for Jack Holder. He can be very happy with tonight's work.
Indeed. 2
LCQs this year and a final, so he's showing consistency.
Indeed. But
Smarzy's got a fight in his hands.
Looks like it. Max Frick off the inside gate, turning up, not doing it once but twice, getting to the front, and once you were in front with the conditions, the rain stopped now, can you believe it? And a truly wonderful night at Speedway. We'll see this again, and Max Frick does not miss out. This is exactly what he needed to do.
Max Frick with a clear start from gate 1. And just keep an eye, if you can, on how wide he goes on the first bend. He is literally up against the bottom of the air fence. There's a mound of dirt built up against the fence at sort of a 45-degree angle, and he's run his back wheel into it, and he's doing it lap after lap. And it's really the precision at that speed when the track's wet like that is incredible. Really good, really confident, and good to see. And 3 Aussies on the podium. Smarzyk missed out, possibly. It was always going to be a brave call. Gate 4 was brave because you're going to get that. You're going to get everyone bunch up on the first bend when you're all going to the same part of the track, and the danger is there that your line gets cut off and you're in trouble, and that's what happened. And I think for me, that's 2 bad gate decisions by Smarzyk in the final 2 Grand Prix in a row for me.
Well, Brady Kurtz. Now Max Frick picks up 20 points, 18 for Kurtz, Jack Holder on 16, and Bartosz Smarzyk picks up 14 points. That's the last 4 people, 4 riders to pick up the World Championship points tonight. We've got a tie. We've got a tie on 45 points apiece now between Brady Kurtz and Bartosz Smarzyk. But this is a really smashing moment for a rider that really did look well and truly out of sorts. He had a heavy fall in the Marquetta. 46 points for Bartosz Smarzyk. A slender lead with Brady Kurtz going on to 45. 41 points for Jack Holder. Casper Verino there on 35, Robert Lambert on 35. Max Frick surging into 6th place. That's a qualifying position for next year, of course. Top 7 go through into 2027 World Championship. Leon Madsen and Jepsen Jensen, that rounds out the top 8. But what a dramatic night of Speedway. And I've got to say, 3 Australians in 1st, 2nd and 3rd. And the one that was probably the one that was coming in here completely under the radar, Max Frick, is the one that's come out on top. And a just timely reminder from Frick that he's quite a handy rider. He's quite useful, and conditions have certainly suited him. But he has ridden superbly well, and he will be rightly very proud of it. Okay, let's get down to the centre green where Emma is joined by the winner, Max Frick.
I am indeed. Max, huge congratulations. Ultimately, an all-Australian final, and you came out on top. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think to win a Grand Prix here, of all places, is pretty special. You know, I've raced here a lot of years, and I know the track quite well, so nice to come here and get a win and pull off the first good Grand Prix this year.
And a lot of support as well. Just how special is that for you?
Yeah, it's really cool. And even like as we were rolling out to that final, I was thinking, this is pretty cool with 3 Aussies up on the podium. You know, we've all grown up together since we were, you know, 9 years old racing. So so it's pretty cool to see all 3 of us up on the podium as well.
Max, I spoke to you after your first win and I said, this is incredible for you. And you said, oh yeah, didn't start well though. What happened after that? Because that was something else.
I think a few bike changes and a lot of me just riding a little bit better as well. I rode a bit tight that first one, so yeah, the rest of the night just trying to keep my head down and focus and keep clicking off wins. So this is awesome. You know, massive thank you to my team. They've done such an awesome job for me the last few weeks, all this season. To be honest, it's been hard sometimes. So so this is awesome. A massive big thank you to them and you know, my family, everyone who's helped me along the way. So this is massive.
And thank you to you because you've been so entertaining tonight. Has this given you momentum to keep going?
Hopefully. We'll see how tomorrow goes first, but we'll keep our head down and keep working.
Max, enjoy the celebrations. Huge congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ta.
Do you know what? There was a bit of emotion in his voice there, Ellie.
Yeah.
And this clearly means an awful lot to him. As I said previously, he's had a really difficult start to the season. His World Championship hasn't been going particularly well. But to win here and just restore the faith a bit in himself and for everybody around him. As I say, he was very generous to his team and everybody around him that has been giving him all the support that he requires. And tonight, you know, he has demonstrated a way of riding that is becoming a bit of a lost art in lots of ways. You know, roaring around the fence, that Bewley-esque, as you've nicknamed it. But that's what he's done, and he's been the best at it. But he had to do it twice from the inside, in the grand final. And you know, it's not always easy to do it again. You have everything to lose and nothing to gain in that regard. But he nailed it. So it's a big win for him. So riders coming up onto the rostrum. Jack Holder picking up the 16 points in 3rd place. He's had a smashing day.
Yeah, he'll be happy with that.
He'll be pleased with that. It's picking up. He moves on to 41 points now.
A big round of applause now for our second place
That's a decent place to be, and he's well and truly in the championship chase.
Brady Kurtz.
Another 2nd place, 2 consecutive finals and 2 second places. So Brady Kurtz very much in the championship on 45 points, just 1 point out of the lead going into tomorrow night's round number 4. But
And
now the main
finally,
man,
it's time to invite
you know,
to the podium.
these are special moments for riders, winning Grand Prix. It doesn't get any bigger than that, apart from winning the World Championship. And of course for Max Frick, who hasn't won a Grand Prix for a number of years. I can't tell you when the last time he won, but he has won a couple of Grand Prix before. But this is at a venue he loves. He lives in this part of the world, or he certainly used to. So this will be very sweet indeed for a really nice guy, isn't he? He seems, I don't know him very well, but he comes across really very well indeed. So the Tony Rice, the Bellevue Club Director, coming forward to present the 3rd place trophy to Jack Holder. I must say the club directors here do a marvellous job. They support this club ever since it was built in 2016, and they've been loyal supporters of it throughout. So good to see Tony here.
2nd place trophy is presented by Tim Lightfoot.
So Tim Lightfoot, the ACU president, coming forward to present Brady Kurtz with the 2nd place trophy. Good to see the representative from the Auto Cycle Union, the domestic federation for Great Britain.
And the 1st place trophy tonight is presented by
now the joint presentation from Richard Coleman, the CEO of Mayfield Sports Events, and Amanda Castagna, the FIM Track Racing Commissioner.
Sports Events.
And yeah, just beginning to sink in a bit. He's not the most outgoing of people, but you can't help but warm to him because not only has he ridden really well, he's come across as a really super nice guy as well. So
now,
fabulous moment,
get ready to
not
hear
just for
the
Max
national
Frick, but for
anthem
Australia.
of Australia.
So let's take a pause for the national anthem of Australia. There we go. Wonderful moment for Max Frick, but as I said, for Australia as a whole, the fans down under, I'm sure you've absolutely chuffed to bits with that result. And
Thank you. We'll now get the official
totally different time
pictures.
zone, but there's no doubt that
Smile, everyone.
those three boys will be absolutely delighted. They're all coming back tomorrow, you know, to do it all again, and we can't wait for that.
And now
photographs
we'll
for
move
the
on
media.
to the champagne celebration.
Celebrations with the champagne coming up very shortly for us. It's been really exciting stuff as always here. It never fails to deliver, even despite the fact that it rained at the back end of the meeting for the LCQs and the final. The drama that was involved with that, I mean, it was just breathtaking stuff. So there we go. Smashing scenes. Can't drink too much of that. You've got to come back and race again tomorrow, unfortunately. So Friday night here in the National Speedway Stadium for round 3 of the SGP World Championship has been won by Max Frick, dominated by the Australians in the end. Bartosz Marslik just getting in trouble in the first corner, thrown out of the final. Dramatic scenes. Clearly a little unhappy about that, but no contact in truth. And Frick then coming out for the restart and nailing it once again. So there you go. Won't be too much longer before these boys will have to go to the press conference and just run through exactly what happened. They won't be leaving anytime soon, that's for sure, but
now, ladies and gentlemen,
just the moment just for Max Frick just to have his moment of glory.
Please stay with us, because in just a few moments we'll light up
there it
the
is.
Manchester sky.
It's in the history books now, the winner of round 3 SGP of 2026 here in Manchester tonight.
One last lap
and in some style. Failed to score in his first ride, and then in the next 5, unbeaten. That's pretty emphatic.
Yeah.
Pretty emphatic. One last chance for you to remind you about the Speedway World Cup final in Warsaw. Tickets are available via the QR code. So the meeting is at the end of August in Warsaw in the PGE Narodowy Stadium. But right now, the night belongs to that man.
The riders now heading to
fabulous.
The bikes, and they're going to have one last lap around the National Speedway Stadium now. So please make lots of noise for our 3.
So what a wonderful night of Speedway. I do hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a very enthusiastic crowd. Even the weather could not disappoint, because that man coped with everything that was thrown at him here this evening. We had drama right until the conclusion. Ollie and I have really enjoyed it. But we haven't got to wait too much longer before we're going to do it all again in 24 hours' time. Thank you very much for your company, and please join us for round number 4 at 7 p.m. tomorrow night.
путь будет